Warning. The Drunken Peasants podcast is full of comedic exaggerations, independent thought, insensitivity, and other offensive content. We strongly urge all viewers and listeners to keep their brains in their skulls throughout the entire duration of this podcast. Failure to do so will result in immediate death. If you wish to support this podcast, there are several ways to do so. First, you can sign up for a free audiobook trial at audibletrial.com/drunkenpeasants. Audible is the foremost seller of audiobooks today with hundreds of thousands of titles to satisfy all manner of tastes. Second, if you shop on Amazon.com, please use the Amazon affiliate links in the description section of this video. Every purchase you make helps to support this podcast's existence. Third, please peruse our merchandise and see if any of it strikes your fancy. We sell a lot of t-shirts, so we must be doing something right. One more thing before I go. To make an official submission to the Drunken Peasants, whether it be a video for one of our segments, or fan art, or a picture of you wearing one of our shirts, or anything you think we might want to use on the show, that stuff needs to be sent to the Drunken Peasants Facebook inbox. Please do not send correspondence, as this will be deleted unread. With all that shit out of the way, it's time to begin the show.
Coming to you live from the frigid armpit of America, this is the Drunken Peasants podcast with Ben and TJ, bringing you opinions of the news from an altered perspective.
Fuck it! Hey man, you got a joint? No, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
What the fuck you talking about, atheist? It's okay.
You're nothing, TJ. You're garbage.
I just want to be light.
You're garbage, TJ.
And now, here are your hosts, Ben and TJ.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Welcome to the Drunken Peasants podcast, episode 303. All of our white trash fans out there, welcome.
TJ's scared, dude.
Smoke weed.
TJ's scared.
Day.
Oh, finally TJ shows up.
TJ was taking a shit.
TJ was quaking in his boots.
I was taking a sodomizer, you guys.
A sodomizer?
Yeah.
You were pushing out a sodomizer?
Oh, I took a big chocolatey fucking sodomizer in the bathroom. Woo, man, it was a struggle. It was a fucking struggle, but I overcame. It's an amazing moment.
So let's address it. Let's do this because we discussed that there is no longer a timeline because we have been flagged twice.
Yeah.
We are definitely already
We are
contacting.
pursuing legal action. We have contacted lawyers. We have a legal defense fund. If you guys want to help us raise money to sue the shit out of Tommy Sotomayor, who has flagged our fucking channel twice and is obviously trying to get the Drunken Peasants podcast removed from the internet.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of the Drunken Peasants podcast, now's the time to help us stand up for the show. We've done 302 episodes. We're going to be done with 303 by the end of this day.
Yeah, and right now 2 of them are down and a few of them are tucked away.
Yes, we've had to hide some from Tommy's wrath.
From his, false DMCAs.
Yeah,
Oh, Tommy, we got you a hat, by the way.
there you go. Tommy, let us know your address so we can send you this hat.
Yeah, I got this hat for you, dude.
It's a nice hat. So yeah, if you guys want to go click that shit down below, help us raise some money to sue the fucking ever-loving shit out of that asshole that's trying to steal the show that has entertained you all for the better part of 2 or 3 years now.
Almost 3 years.
Yeah. We're a 3-year-old show.
Yeah, and
The end of the Drunken Peasants is not going to be, but then they fucked with Tommy Sotomayor and he destroyed him.
Not happening.
no.
So we are getting fucking...
I saw a lot of people on Twitter and shit. I'm sorry to interrupt you, TJ, but I saw a lot of people saying, "Oh, you guys are just gonna roll over. You're gonna give no." See,
No.
I'll speak for myself, but this show is important to me. Being here is important. Doing what I do is important. And when somebody fucks with that, they're on my shit list. So you can bet your fucking sweet ass that the other 3 guys on the panel feel the same way.
Absolutely.
And we're going after this guy. We need your help, guys. We really do. We need your help monetarily. We need you to be behind us, man. Honestly, I know we have like kind of a love-hate relationship with our fans, but this is all kayfabe aside. We need you guys, man.
Oh yeah, let's fuck this guy in the ass.
Yeah.
With the law.
Do we want to address his outrageous claims in his video?
I
mean, I guess we could point people to. There's a big master post on the DP subreddit that has
link in the description.
There's a link in the description to a master post on the DP subreddit that details how Tommy operates. These false DMCAs are par for the course when you're dealing with Tommy. He does this to all kinds of people. This is how he shuts up his detractors. He's not shutting up these detractors.
No.
We're going after him 100%.
Yeah,
Doesn't
Tommy,
matter what he fucking
Tommy,
does.
if you don't like what we're saying, then just don't listen, buddy.
Even if he drops this shit now, it doesn't matter.
No,
We're moving forward. He's going down. Fuck him.
We tried to give Tommy time to be reasonable and say, hey, let's retract this. He's doubled down. So at this point, even if he retracts it, look, we're not gonna have the sort of Damocles hanging over our head with this. So I mean, Tommy's forced to take legal action. He's forced to.
And on top of that, in a broader sense, it's important to fight people that use the DMCA this way. The Bible
That's
Reloaded.
the most important part.
The Bible Reloaded is currently embroiled in a legal action against the Cristiano brothers for the Hey Scotty shit. We're in the same fucking boat here, guys.
And by the way, if you're one of these people, if you hate DP and are pissed that it's streaming on my channel, the reason why is Tommy.
Yep.
So even if you're a DP detractor, contribute to the legal fund to get this show off of my channel and back where it fucking belongs.
Oh, believe me, we want
channel.
we want it to be on the Drunken Peasants channel.
We never had.
The only reason it's not is we all look, Tommy.
I mean, none of us chose to do this podcast on this channel. We were forced.
Tommy is a piece of shit. I just took a piece of shit named Tommy. Looked just like him. Honestly, it was a little more handsome.
Sotomayor?
Yeah, it was a little more handsome than Tommy Sotomayor. And apparently Tommy has a live stream in 2 hours, so if you want to go see his side of things, you can check that out, too.
His side.
Yeah, his side.
Yeah, his side has been interesting.
Yeah. Keep an eye on the comment section because you'll just see like comment removed, comment removed, comment removed.
Comment removed, comment
Anytime
removed.
you see comment removed, just say Glenderson.
I'm pretty sure he has that blocked in his
I'm sure he does.
community settings.
You guys could come up with some creative spellings of Glenderson Booper.
Booper.
I mean, he's got a whole group of mods that pretty much lock down the chat. We don't even do that.
Mods?
I've seen Tommy supporters in the chat for the last hour or so. I wasn't blocking them. They come in and they say their stupid opinions and they fillet their Lord and Master Tommy Sotomayor.
I wouldn't call them mods. I'd call them sycophants because, I mean, Tommy is demonstrably being dishonest.
He claimed that he had to move hotel rooms. Anyone that watches the video from the night before and then compares it to the video where he makes that claim, he's sitting in front of the same fucking window.
Yeah, not only that, why would he have to move hotel rooms when no one knew what room he was in?
Yeah.
Right.
Let me tell you guys what happens.
He's a liar.
If you get a bunch of phone calls at a hotel room, see, we never even talked to Tommy personally. We talked to a receptionist at the fucking hotel, and she told us there was nobody staying there by that name. We didn't even know he was there. Nobody ever talked to Tommy. He probably just told the front desk, hold all my calls. I'm not taking any calls.
And we were satisfied with that, but then we realized, we might have said the wrong name.
Right.
That was it. And then after it was nope, there's no one by that name. And then that was it.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Tommy sucks. We're taking him down. We don't want to talk too much about it because the first thing any lawyer is going to advise us to do is shut the fuck up and just let the lawyer handle
the process.
Let the process.
So don't expect
unfold.
Constant shit about this.
We probably will talk about it once it's all resolved, but right now, there's nothing else we can really say.
We may give some updates about what's going on, but only to a very limited extent.
Only to the extent our lawyer allows. But
you should all know and understand that regardless of Tommy's actions from here on out, he is going to pay for this. He's going to pay for the way he does business on YouTube. His ass is going down. That's all I can say. Contribute to our legal fund. Help us fight this fucking scourge who has DMCA'd 1 million channels into oblivion.
I mean, so many different people have came to me and said that he did the same thing to them.
I mean, I just watched it when Ben refreshed it there take a fat jump. So thank you guys already. Honestly,
Tommy's a bully, just like the Cristiano brothers, just like all these other people that are abusing this fucking system. They know they're abusing the system, and it has to stop.
Okay, Anonymous, you don't have to apologize for the small amount. That is more than, I mean,
$10, dude.
Yeah.
Like, we're not asking.
I don't care if
If you give us $1, we
if
don't
you're
give
someone
a shit.
who's
It's all going to this fucking
If you're someone
cause.
who's too broke to fucking give us $10 or $5, just give us $1.
Yeah.
I don't care. Give us 50 fucking cents.
And if you can't afford to give money, spread the link to this around,
at least
man.
show your friends. Let them know that we're
know.
taking
Let
down
people know
false
what's going on.
DMCAing pieces of shit.
This is a threat to anyone that is critical of any other YouTuber.
Yep.
Okay.
If you guys like watching fucking people on YouTube, even if it's not us, if you've got friends that like watching people on YouTube and you like people to be able to criticize each other's content under the rules of fair use, this is your battle, man.
This is one of them.
Yeah, I mean, also, some of our videos are miraculously becoming age restricted, too. All of a sudden.
Age restrictions. I can't believe it.
Yep.
What a shocking turn of events, guys.
All right. Well, anyway, that's what's going on there.
We'll check periodically.
We will check back at this later, maybe say a few more words later on in the broadcast. But thank you guys for those of you who have donated, those of you who are spreading the link around, those of you who are making the appeal to your friends, your family, or whoever about why this is important. And, it's time to take this asshole down. It's time to take all these assholes down that think they can use the DMCA as a fucking weapon against content creators.
I mean, this isn't just about Tommy Sotomayor. This is about people that are habitually using the DMCA to silence free speech on places like YouTube.
Yeah, it's time. We have to make an example of Tommy. And that's exactly what we plan to do, using the court system. And, you know, by the time we're fucking done with him, any YouTube earnings he fucking gets are going to be garnished down to shit. So we're going to fuck him. We're going to fucking destroy him. That's what's going to happen. Thank you guys for being a part of that. And, yeah.
On with the show, I suppose, huh?
On with the show. Glandus and Poopa.
DP Action News. Oh, Scotty.
Make Christmas great again.
I saw you were showing off your sweater from Tipsy Elves.
Yeah?
Yeah, our new sponsor, the Tipsy Elves, sent us all Christmas sweaters. Mine has
Except Paul. Bah humbug.
I got Jesus, and it says birthday boy on it.
Mine is a snowman who has stolen another snowman's nose to make himself a cock.
Yeah.
Which is what you would do in real
check
life.
it out. That's pretty awesome. Scotty's is my favorite, though.
Yeah,
I mean, Scotty, could you show the people one more time?
Oh, sure.
I mean, please.
Make Christmas
so beautiful.
great again.
And look at it. It's beautiful, right?
All hail God Emperor Trump. Trumpety, 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 trumpety,
Trumpety, trumpety, trump, 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 trumpety, trump, trump.
All right, here's the first one. It is robots conquer cashiers at McDonald's. Oh, this isn't even news, but let's watch this crazy.
So by now,
video.
I'm sure you've probably heard about the leftist movement called Fight for 15, which obviously has about as much economic validity as a 3-word slogan can. But I've been warning about what businesses would do in response to this horribly misguided idea to pay $15 an hour to people who are performing menial, low-skilled tasks. And let me just say, we can have a real discussion.
I mean, like, where is this fucking idea that $15 an hour is some amazing amount of money?
It's not.
It really isn't.
It's not.
20 years ago, it was.
20
It's
years ago,
fucking
it
dog
was.
shit. Yeah, that is what you should get paid for, the most menial, basic fucking labor. But you know what it really is? It's all these people who like, man, I work construction, I only make $12 an hour, but this fucking piece of shit. No, your wages will go up too.
Yeah, these people are asking for a wage that they can pay bills on and the right to collective bargaining, which everybody should have.
Yeah.
What's the big fucking hoopla here? They're not saying that they should be making $40 an hour making McDonald's. They're asking for $15 an hour. You can't even live on $15 an hour in some areas of this country.
Barely. If you work 40 hours a week, that's what, $600 a week, $24 a month.
It's dog shit. It's dog shit.
We're talking about someone making like about $30,000 a year on that. I mean, no, they're not asking for break the fucking bank money.
Yeah, fuck that. I mean, and the ridiculous thing is that these fucking fast food chains, like, if you actually study this shit, it's like, oh, well, we'd have to raise the price of the Big Mac 10 cents. Do that. So fucking what? Raise the fucking price 10 cents.
Oh, no. I don't think that's going to deter anyone.
I've actually seen studies that say that McDonald's wouldn't have to raise their fucking prices an iota.
Even if they did it 50 cents, I don't even think they'd make that big of a difference.
It would. 50 cents might.
I mean, not if every restaurant across the board has to do it. People are not going to have any other options.
Yeah, you're right.
And what does it matter? Because if people are getting paid, if even the lowest wage workers are getting $15 an hour, another 50 cents for a fucking sandwich is nothing.
And most times when they're talking about these proposals, they're talking about businesses, you know, like, I mean, honestly, this should probably affect businesses with, you know, maybe more than 20 or 50 employees. There should be a number where it's like, you know, if it's just you or two other people, maybe there can be some leeway with that because you're not a huge company. But McDonald's can certainly afford this.
Of course, that's the whole thing. Like, look, nobody's wanting to put McDonald's out of business. We're asking them to cut into their profit margin a little bit and help the people that make their burgers live.
And another thing is, like, you know, a lot of people say, like, oh, this is going to lead to inflation. Yeah, there is going to be inflation.
Yeah.
But the inflation is not going to be on par with the wage increase. You're not going to have such inflation that it counteracts the wage increase. The inflation is going to be minuscule in comparison. So fuck you.
We're talking about Zimbabwe.
You're not talking about some shit that's never been tested. The minimum wage has been raised before, and it didn't just, oh my God, rampant, crazy fucking inflation, and everything's fucking apocalypse now.
Yeah,
Shut up.
Maybe if it was
Shut
raised,
up.
Maybe if it was raised to like $30 an hour or something, you would.
Now
see
the argument
like
I'm sure this guy's going to make is, well, now they're just going to replace them all with machines. Well, they were going to do that anyway.
Yeah, discussion about why wages have been devalued, or as to why some skilled workers are unable to find jobs that match their skill level, and as a consequence, a wage that matches their skill level. See, that would be a productive, intelligent discussion. However, in classic leftist fashion, this issue has been reduced to a 3-word blurb, which is fight for 15.
What a straw man.
So obviously, scanning a bar.
All they's got is this slogan, you guys. They ain't got nothing to
always, the great thing you always hear about this is they go, well, why don't these people just go to college? Well, a lot of people have gone to college.
By the way, I don't know.
Got degrees in traditionally strong areas, like I'm going to be an engineer, but then they go to a firm and it's like, we want to pay you $12 an hour, and you have $150,000 in student loans.
I don't know about the rest of you guys, too. I'm reading the banner, and it doesn't say fight for 15. It says fight for 15 in a fucking union.
It's a 6-word slogan, for fuck's sake. Can't even count.
Yeah, they want
motherfucker that can't even count how many words are in a slogan is going to fucking tell us about economics.
Look, this guy's basically defending a multi-billion-dollar company from people that are basically just poor and just want a better stake in life. They basically just want an opportunity to bargain and say, we want certain rights. Like, if someone gets sick, they shouldn't have to fucking work.
You should be so fucking proud standing up for multinational billions and billions of dollar corporations over the rights of fucking workers who actually do something productive for fucking society, you wretched fucking piece of goddamn shit.
Barcode at a register is a low-skilled job.
Sorry.
And
I meant piece of sodomite.
Anyone being honest with themselves is going to admit this. And that's not a bad thing. I mean, when you're starting out, obviously, you don't have that much experience, and you're literally just starting out in the job market, and you move your way up. But, you know, taking the bottom rung off the ladder is obviously going to make it a lot harder for anyone to actually try moving up at all. And being that literally everyone's...
This part of the argument pisses me off, too. This idea that fast food is just a starter job in this country. No, it's not, retard. I wish it were. I'd probably agree with you if it were, but...
Maybe it wasn't 1950.
Like really nearby, there's a fucking Jack in the Box run by a bunch of old ladies.
Yeah.
We go in there late at night, and it's a bunch of old fucking ladies running it. So this idea that it's just college students trying to get some extra change.
Or high schoolers.
Yeah, high school kids trying to learn what it takes to work a normal job.
That would be fine. If that was 90% of the people, or a huge percentage was, like, you know, maybe at one time that was in America, that was the case. Maybe in the 70s people were doing that. But now that's not the case anymore. They have a lot of people, they got to make ends meet. They gotta fucking have a job.
And right now, the answer to that is you work 2 jobs. You work at fucking McDonald's in the morning and a factory job at night to make ends meet. That's horse shit. Nobody in this fucking country should have to trade 16 hours of every day to fucking feed their family.
Yeah, and how exactly are they supposed to do this? Oh, well, they just need to better themselves and go to school. How are they supposed to do that? You stupid fuck.
Yeah, with what hours in the day? You're working 10, 12 fucking hours a day. How many hours can you go to fucking school?
Or they have to finance it with debt. That's their option.
How much money you got working at McDonald's to go to school?
Go under a mountain of debt to get a fucking college degree, so you can get a job that'll take you fucking 10 years to pay off your debt if you're fucking lucky.
I understand when people even say, "Well, I don't want to help rich people go to college for free," but what about poor people? Why can't, if you have a certain income level, why can't we just pay for that? I mean, as a society, isn't it better for society to have people who are educated?
What? In a country this stupid, free college is truly a necessity.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, not only that, it should maybe be mandatory for some of these people.
Since the dawn of time has been trying to find ways to save money, people have found a way to circumvent paying for overpriced labor in the form of robots, which, again, I've been saying since the beginning. And when I did, the people championing this movement were skeptical and said I was...
But McDonald's was already researching this. They're already making investments in these technologies with companies who are building these robots and are building these programs and the software. And they've already rolled out a bunch of it where you can actually now order yourself and they'll bring the food to you.
Here is a problem. This robot shit, and it ain't just going to be fast food. These robots are going to steal a shitload of jobs.
Uber is trying to develop that right now to replace all of their
It's going to
drivers.
replace truckers. It's going to replace fucking taxi drivers and Uber drivers. It's going to replace
a lot of them.
Most of these fucking customer service jobs.
Pilots probably down the line a piece.
Yeah. It's going to be so many jobs that exist right now are going to be replaced by fucking robots, and it has nothing, whether you raise the minimum wage or lower it or whatever. Even if you
low-skilled manufacturing jobs, bye. Factory jobs where you're sweeping the floor, bye-bye. We got a robot that does that now.
Go away. Yeah, this robot shit, nothing you can do is going to stop that. That's going to happen. The asking for $15 an hour, that's not any greater impetus. It's going to be way cheaper to have a robot workforce than any human workforce because robots don't have a fucking social life.
I mean, they
don't have a family to support.
There's a back end to robotics too.
Sure, of course.
The maintenance cost of a robot, there's got to be somebody to do that. So it creates jobs as it takes them. The problem is that all these low-skilled fucking jobs are going to be replaced by robots. And what are we going to do then? That doesn't mean that we shouldn't be paying people well, or at least a standard living wage to flip burgers. Come on.
I mean, I wonder what's going to happen when robots are 25% of the workforce and, unemployment just skyrockets higher and higher as people can't find jobs. There's going to be a giant class of people in this country that just have no work, no ability to fucking take care of themselves and their families. Crime is gonna fucking rise like fucking hell. We'll probably have robot police going around killing the poor, though, so whatever.
Freeze.
Freeze.
You have 15 seconds to comply.
Yeah, scanning your bank account. You are poor. Die.
Yep.
RoboCop,
pretty much. Yeah,
basically. I mean, look.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you watch RoboCop, I feel like it got the future more correct than most movies that people thought were going to be. People probably thought RoboCop was one of the more far-fetched ones, but honestly,
I mean, it is. It's very funny in the way that it's portrayed.
Sure.
But
they say he's the American Jesus.
It's exaggerated and satirical.
He's the American Jesus. Dude.
I mean, look at technological dystopias in movies, and that's probably what we're going to see. Blade Runner, fucking, RoboCop,
the privatization of the police force.
Absolutely.
And shit, and the
big corporations owning everything.
City,
a corporation runs an entire fucking city. How far are we from? I mean, look how plausible it is too in RoboCop. What is it? It's the Detroit. What is it called? What's the big corporation? Anyway, DPC or some shit that owns a city.
OPC.
OPC. Yeah, they own Detroit.
Yeah, they're trying to change it into some new city.
And the reason that happened was because the city was going under because of all the crime and poverty there. And OCP came by and was like, yep, we'll fucking clean it up. We'll buy the cops. We'll buy the businesses. Make a city. That seems far-fetched to people who've been listening to the news.
I don't know, dude. I really don't get it because this is happening. This is going to happen.
Well, it's a lot of conservatives' wet dream. What are you talking about? They would love everything was privatized. They'd be fucking shitting themselves.
Absolutely.
Omnicorp.
Crying wolf. Unfortunately, I was crying wolf, and it turns out there was actually a wolf. Figuratively, obviously. And I'm not...
Well, then you're not crying wolf.
Automation has been occurring
for a long time. The
definition
of crying wolf is that there is no wolf.
Yeah, so when you got that wrong, and look, everyone already knows automation is occurring. We already see it. As the technology is developed, why would a business not take advantage? I mean, look, if you've been to a grocery store, there's self-checkout now. Why is that? Because now there's a technology to do it, and they save a lot of money because they don't have to hire people. They just have to make sure that the fucking machine works. That's it.
I mean, my parents worked. They're both retired now in a fucking factory that's still running. That's mostly manual, where they have people. It's a glass bottle factory, and they've got people standing on a line looking for imperfections in a bottle. They got machines that do that now. When they're building these factories now, those jobs don't exist. Because there's a machine that you run the bottle through now that finds imperfections and kicks out the bad ones.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's way better at it than humans could ever be.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Way better.
The only reason that place still exists that my parents worked at is because they've invested so much fucking money in it.
Oh,
shit. Oh, shit. The return of Vader, dude.
I don't know. Okay, shit.
Vader has returned. DP subreddit's favorite segment is back. Vader.
Alright.
You are weak.
I mean, I already have a sore throat. I don't know about this.
Oh, come on.
Oh, if you have a sore throat, I don't know if I'm smoking after you then.
I spent all day in bed yesterday, and I'm going to take a hit, TJ. Come on, buddy.
I don't want to stale ass TJ here, so that thing better be clear.
Hold on.
I love the drunken peasants.
While we're waiting on that, oh, here we go. Scotty's turn.
Oh, Jesus, okay.
I need the fucking lighter.
That was a small hit and it still hurt like hell.
I can't imagine. Mine's hurt so bad.
Hold on.
Dun, dun, dun. Scotty sucks. Scotty sucks. Fuck you, Scotty is lame. He sucks ass.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Hit that shit. You know, one day all the Vader hitting jobs are going to be done by robots.
Yep.
That'd be awesome.
One day you guys will just be watching a bunch of robots do this podcast.
Let's refresh this, see where we're at now. Wow.
Nice,
cool.
guys.
Wow.
Thank you guys so much, man. You guys...
We are the Drunken Peasants podcast. Welcome. It is time now to hit Vader.
Oh, I see Tommy Sotomayor bot is live. Glanderson Booper, Glanderson Booper, Glanderson Booper.
Sweet.
Glanderson Booper bot.
Dude, everyone should just make videos of
Pussy
Tommy,
hits.
and all they should just say is
Mine was a pussy hit.
Glanderson Booper. Glanderson Booper.
I have to take pussy hits right now, guys. I was in bed all fucking day yesterday with
Yeah,
a cough.
Paul is okay. I won't accept it from TJ because TJ was not in fucking bedridden. Paul was basically like, I saw Paul yesterday. This is Paul.
I saw Paul. We only saw Paul for like an hour yesterday.
Yeah, I got up. I made 3 attempts to get out of bed yesterday.
You were just sick as fuck, dude.
I got up, took a shower, got dressed, and I was sitting there with you guys. And I noticed like TJ was talking about something, and all I was hearing was. And so I went to bed.
That's pretty typical.
And then I got back up, and the same thing.
You know
happened.
what, Paul? I don't think you should be allowed sick days. Because I mean, look, we're not technically, Paul. We're not mandated by law to even give you that. Man.
I know. I'm not taking a sick day, man. I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm on the fucking show.
Well,
baby.
yesterday we need you to do something, Paul. So, I mean,
my
damn.
bad. Sorry. Hey, I'm happy to make it up.
We're gonna have to dock Paul's pay, I think.
We just need to replace Paul with a robot.
Yeah, let's play the Paul bot, dude.
White Guilt 2.0 booting.
I will now do an impression. This is an impression. This is funny. Ha ha ha.
All right, next video here. This is about speculating on who Trump will pick for his Secretary of State.
Oh.
President-elect Trump is back in New York today holding meetings as he works to fill more key administration posts. Former CIA director and retired Army General David Petraeus was spotted at Trump Tower earlier. He may now be in contention for Secretary of State, along with Rudy Giuliani, Senator Bob Corker, and Mitt Romney.
Rudy Giuliani? Really? Why the fuck would Rudy Giuliani... Secretary of State? Really? He happened to be the mayor when 9/11 happened. And that qualifies him for all this shit.
You know, I mean, at this point, Trump, you know, if Trump says he's draining the swamp, I mean, come on. Not even
It's
close.
an interesting way to drain a swamp.
Yeah, not even close. And
Before being the mayor when 9/11 happened, Rudy Giuliani's claim to fame was that he busted up the mafia.
Oh, okay.
He was like the district attorney in New York.
I don't think Giuliani. Look, dude, I don't think Giuliani is the absolute fucking tits end worst pick for Secretary of State.
I honestly, I would say I'm more disgusted that Petraeus is in the fucking contention.
But he was our general. He was like the head commander of the forces.
Who's that other fucker that he floated
in
for
Iraq
Secretary
and
of
Afghanistan?
State?
Yeah, I know. Romney. I think he's floated Romney. I think he's floated Giuliani, Petraeus.
I mean,
and what's the other one?
Even if you don't like Petraeus, I mean, don't you think that it would be better if the Secretary of State understood the military?
At the point when Petraeus said that we needed to arm Al-Qaeda, I said, fuck that guy.
I hate to say this, but if
we need to arm the people who fucking did 9/11 because they're fighting some other people we don't like. It's like, no, you're an imbecile.
You know who probably sounds the most reasonable of everyone that's been floated that I can remember is Romney. When Mitt Romney is the reasonable one, what the fuck is going on? And of course, you guys heard Pelosi was reelected.
Gross.
For minority leader. So it's Democrats are draining the swamp either, just going with the same establishment bullshit.
These California Democrats have got to go, guys.
Mitt Romney
Boxer and Pelosi have got to go.
They've lost so many times. They've lost in 2014. They lost in 2016. They did not pick up the fucking Senate. These people's fucking leadership is shit.
They are garbage. Pelosi and Boxer have to
Here
fucking
was the general
go.
upon his exit.
They need to retire.
The meeting went very well. I was with him for about an hour. He basically walked us around the world, showed a great grasp of a variety of the challenges that are out there and some of the opportunities as well. So, very good conversation, and we'll see where it goes from here. And I've got to teach this afternoon, so that's all I can do today. Thank you all very much.
Corker and Romney both have meetings tomorrow with the president.
Teaching a class on how to be the fucking most evil, reprehensible douchebag in existence.
Dude, it really would be funny because see, Bob Corker, he's been a big-time Trump supporter, so it wouldn't be a shock if he fucking backtrunk.
There was a time when I guess some Trump supporter was like, Hillary needs to be in front of a firing squad, and everyone gave him shit. Well, I'm gonna, since it's okay to talk about people being on firing squads, I'm gonna say that Petraeus should be in front of a fucking firing squad.
Yeah. I'm serious.
I view that guy. I view him as a traitor to this country, and if Trump fucking actually nominates him Secretary of State, then I'm calling Trump the worst fucking president I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean that's just dude, he wanted to fucking give guns to Al Qaeda. He wanted to give means to Al Qaeda. We didn't learn our lesson when we did that to the Mujahideen or whatever the fuck they were. And then they fucking reared their ugly heads 20 years later and blew up 2 of our fucking buildings.
Petraeus is a hideous fucking pick.
Let's do that again. That worked out well. Remember when we armed the fucking people to fight the Russians? Let's do that again. Because that worked out.
How many times have we done that? It's not just
too many.
It's not. Those are not the only examples.
What country produces the most guns in the world?
Contra. I mean, we've been the Bay of Pigs. We've been financing.
You gotta be able to sell your
fucking
guns.
people with guns and money and drugs for a long time, and it ain't working.
We manufacture the most weapons in the world. We have the biggest guns manufacturers in the world.
We have the biggest military.
Yeah, so obviously this government buys a ton, the citizens here buy a ton, and obviously they want to sell it to those overseas markets, and they want to sell it to these countries they're fighting because that's who needs guns.
Someone's like, Mitt Romney's dad married 8 women in Mexico.
Yeah, it's true.
He did.
Yeah, well, if his dad can manage a marriage with 8 women, then I think he can manage being Secretary of State.
Yeah, he had 8 moms. How fucked up would that be? I can barely handle one mama. I love you, mama.
Yeah, Mitt Romney was pretty liberal as the governor of Massachusetts. So
I mean, he created the pilot program that became Obamacare.
Yeah, I mean, well, it was the Heritage Foundation, but he was the first to actually enact it somewhere.
Right. Honestly, the best if this is what Trump is going to go with, then he should pick Romney of these ones.
And I don't know shit about this Bob Corker faggot.
He's a Trump fucking ass sniffer, dude.
Whatever. Unless I know something more damning about him, I don't really care that much.
Wasn't there another dude that he was floating early on that we were all worried about was going to go after the weed? Was it Orrin Hatch or some shit?
Chris Christie.
That's Attorney General, dude.
Oh, that's Attorney. Oh, we're talking. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Jeff Sessions.
Jeff Sessions.
Oh, Jeff Sessions.
I'm way more worried about that than this.
Yeah, I mean, my understanding is that Sessions is in there because of his immigration stances.
I hope so.
We'll see.
The list are still publicly voicing concerns about Romney being in contention for this prominent position.
I think that there was the Never Trump movement, and then there was Governor Mitt Romney. He went out of his way to hurt Donald Trump. We don't know who Mitt Romney voted for. We're all for party unity. I don't think a cost of admission for party unity has to be the Secretary of State position.
I think there is nothing Mitt Romney can say that doesn't sound phony and, frankly, pathetic. Speaking for most...
Okay, look. But you know what's going to be funny? If old Donald puts and says, we want, Romney will be good. Old Newt will get up here and go, I know I said that, but that was just, I didn't really mean that. This is just part, he'll come up with some bullshit to how he likes Romney.
I'm hearing that Corker's thing is just that he's a fucking moron.
Newt is a crazy fuck, but I listened to a lot of right-wing talk radio for a long time, and he's probably he's one of the more, stable crazy fucks.
I like Newt Gingrich on
he can be counted on to say what he thinks. I don't think Newt is going to lick the butthole of Trump's selection on things.
When he was running for president, I was
Moonbase.
I was kind of excited that he might win because he's space guy. I like space.
Yeah,
I like space exploration. I like space travel.
He wanted to build a moon base.
Get his ass in
People
there.
gave him a lot of shit for that.
And he's not afraid to...
People gave him a lot of shit for his best fucking policy. And for his best idea,
and he's not afraid to call people in his own party out either. He's not a party line cocksucker. Like, he will talk shit about people.
Maybe
in the
he should be
Republican Party.
fucking Secretary of State.
I mean, can we get a Gingrich secretary? I mean, I hate that.
He's already speaker.
Obviously, we despise him and shit. But if we're gonna have a Republican, why not have a fucking forceful guy like Gingrich? He's a fucking forceful, intelligent dude. Even though I disagree with him on 90% of his shit. But
the Trump supporters. While we will support President-elect Trump in whatever he does, I think we'd be enormously disappointed if he brought Mitt Romney in any position of authority.
Incoming White House Chief of Staff Reince Priebus is trying to dismiss reports that there's open warfare within Team Trump over Romney.
It isn't a matter of warfare. I mean, there's a lot of opinions about this, and yes, it is a sort of a team of rivals concept. If you were to go toward the Governor Romney concept, I can just assure the American people the fact that he's actually even flirting with the idea of choosing a rival should tell the American people where he's at, which is the best place for everyone in this country.
Okay, the reason that Romney is even in contention is
the
because,
establishment,
and not only that, but Trump wants to turn his big Republican detractor. He wants to get that guy to bow down and kiss his ring, kind of like what Hillary had Bernie do.
Right.
He wants Romney to be bowing, fucking get on bended knee and be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Lord Trump. I'm sorry I doubted you."
Oh, it's funny, dude. It's really funny because after Trump won, everyone before Trump can't talk Trump, can't work with Trump, and now they're all shaking hands with Trump. Oh, Trump's great. Trump's wonderful.
Well, what choice do they have now?
That's what I'm saying.
That's for the next 4 years.
How disingenuous all this bullshit is.
It's horseshit.
It's all a bunch of bullshit.
This idea that there's any genuine dislike between Mitt Romney and Trump is stupid. Mitt Romney was trying to back another horse for Republic. He didn't think Trump was the good guy. But I don't know, dude. I hear so much political bullshit that it's hard for me to dog on Reince Priebus for this one, because I guess it is a good thing that he's taking somebody who rivaled him and considering them for a cabinet position,
whatever.
In an overarching sense, I'm not against that.
I don't think any of these picks are good ideas, but of the ones there, Romney seems like he's at least competent.
Sure.
I mean, he's never tried to arm our fucking enemies. And I hear this Corker guy is an idiot. That's what the chat was saying, is that guy is like a grade A fucking moron.
He's a Republican from Tennessee.
Sounds like one.
So, I don't know. I didn't want to say it, but, when I hear the last name Corker, I just assume you're a fucking moron.
Corker.
You might be a retard.
Otherwise.
My girl's a corker. She's a New Yorker. It's an old-ass song.
I've never heard that.
Sanders Obama condolences to Castro.
Ugh.
Let me start with Cuba. In President Obama's statement on Fidel Castro's death, he said, quote, "We offer condolences to Fidel Castro's family, and our thoughts and prayers are with the Cuban people."
What an empty statement. Basically, just basically the polite thing you say when you hear someone's dead.
Sure.
We're very sorry. Not really. Fidel Castro is a pile of shit. He's a despotic asshole.
I think that was a very diplomatic statement.
Oh, sure. Sure. The president should say that.
We're trying to open relations with Cuba. It makes sense in that context to be like, oh yeah, we're real sad about.
It's not a total dick suck.
No,
I think it's pretty.
It's pretty middle of the road.
Yeah.
It's very measured. I think it's an
Is it
appropriate
appropriate
response.
for the leader of the free world to offer condolences of a brutal dictator who killed his own people as well as Americans?
Well, I think what we have seen in the last number of years is an improved relationship between the United States of America and Cuba. The United States of America has relations with China. We've had relations with brutal dictatorships all over the world. The goal right now is to see that we can improve our relationships with the people of Cuba, to do what we can to improve their economy, and to make sure that the younger generation does better than their older generation.
So you're okay with him offering condolences? If you were president, would you have said something similar?
Family.
Yeah.
To the family. I mean,
what's wrong with saying, like, to you people who are actually sad about this, condolences?
This is stupid. This is saying, like, on a personal level, like, yeah, sure, but that's totally different. When you're representing the country, you don't act in the same fucking capacity as that you do if you're representing yourself.
He didn't go buy him a fucking Hallmark card. This is a statement from the leader of the United States, and it's very measured and diplomatic, and I don't see why anybody would have a problem with it.
I don't understand, like, he brings up the point of, like, China, and I think we brought up Saudi Arabia, like... Where's your fucking indignation that we're allies with those fucking people?
I mean, those people, like, Saudi Arabia lops the heads off of people for blaspheming Islam.
They have religious police.
And there are pictures of our leaders holding hands with their king. I mean, where's this faux outrage coming about Cuba all of a sudden?
Oh, no, not Cuba, because it's leftist.
Stupid.
It's leftist. Oh, it's leftist, that's why. Whatever.
Yeah. Yes, I will.
Suck a dick. Suck a big, black, fucking right-wing dick.
So here's Marco Rubio talking about Rudy Giuliani.
Senator, let's talk about
Marco.
the way that he's going to put his administration together. He's still mulling his choice for Secretary of State. Given how critical you were about his abilities on the world stage, who would you like to see in that role?
Well, I'm not going to do that because that's his prerogative to choose the person that he can work with. And he was elected president. Not me.
I can't answer a hypothetical question because I'm not actually the one in that position. That's why it's hypothetical. Retired.
Well, dude, no, this guy, Marco Rubio is a total fucking moron, dude. Like, legitimately a fucking moron.
We joked about ourselves being replaced by robots. There you go. Rubio Model 1.
It would be an improvement.
Marco Robo.
I'll take the robot.
Rubio.
Rubio. Yes, that's it. Marco Rubio.
Rubio version 2.0.
Yes, bring it on. Bring it on, dude.
And so he has the opportunity to pick someone that he believes will carry out his vision of American foreign policy.
Statement.
When that nomination is made, we will play our role in the Senate of examining that individual, understanding both their background and qualifications, and then making a determination upon whether or not we're going to support that nomination. But it is not my role, nor would it be appropriate for me to sit here and go out and throw out names.
How the fuck is it not appropriate for you to fucking say what you would do if you were in that position? You ran for president. People kind of want, I mean, like, presumably you're going to try to run again, so why don't you try to show that you're a fucking leader and have a fucking idea, you miserable sack of cretinous shit?
This is the ultimate empty fucking suit. He has nothing to say.
That's a role that he has earned. And he deserves the opportunity to pick someone that he can work with, not just someone who's qualified, but someone that he can work with and feels comfortable working with.
Let me throw out a name then. Somebody who has been...
There's a fake Tommy in the fucking chat room.
Cool.
It's hilarious.
White boys.
He's just saying like the most ridiculous shit.
White boys. Your boys and your white.
Publicly lobbying for the job. Rudy Giuliani, you're a member of the Foreign Relations Committee. It would be your job to vote. Would you vote? Would you vote to confirm Rudy Giuliani as Secretary of State?
I like Rudy Giuliani a lot. I know him well. He's consider him to be a friend and a supporter of mine. And obviously, you know, Rudy will have to go through that process. I'll have specific questions. He'll be treated fairly.
Come on.
And it's important for me to know where he stands on a couple of key issues if he is in fact the person who is nominated.
That's like asking me if Cheetah is up for this position, Senator Kirk. Are you going to vote for him? Oh,
well, I don't think it would be appropriate for me to say.
Yeah, I'll have to examine and question him on several issues. Of course, he's going to fucking vote for Giuliani.
I don't think it would be appropriate for me to comment on that at this time.
Anyone Trump puts forward is going to be There's going to be votes for him, especially for someone like Rubio.
Fuck out of here, Marco.
All right, before I move on, we're just reminding anyone that just tuned in recently that our channel, the Drunken Peasants channel, has recently received 2 DMCA strikes that are clearly false.
courtesy of one Sotomayor Entertainment.
And months ago, earlier this year, we started a legal defense fund. We raised about $2,000 roughly. And now we are asking that our viewers and people who support or people who want to stand against people using the DMCA as a form of censorship on YouTube to support us by following the link below. So, and that's all we're really going to say, because all we're going to say now is that we are going to pursue legal action against Tommy Sotomayor.
It's in the pipes. It's in the pipes, and we need you guys' help. If you can't help with money, share the link, man. It's in the description. Give it to people that you think might care, might have a little bit of extra dough that they want to throw our way. We could certainly use it, and we can't do it without you guys, man. We love doing this show for you guys. We want our channel back. This is not something we chose. And we need your help to get it back. But we're going all the way. It's in the pipes, man. It's in the pipes.
Oh, yeah, it's in your pipes, Paul.
Oh, fuck. Well, it's about to be in Tommy's pipe.
Oh, yeah. We're going to split that pipe in two.
Someone said, "Oh, see, people always talk about how they don't have much. That's fine.
Dude, $5, $1,
This
$10,
was 10,
whatever
yeah.
you got, man.
$10 is fine.
I mean, it adds up.
Great.
There are thousands of you guys watching us. If every one of you guys gave $1, it'd be crazy.
We hit a milestone 12 minutes ago. We got 250 contributors overall since the inception.
Thank you guys very much.
Yeah,
I really appreciate it, guys. Really, honestly, I think we all do.
Oh yeah. Sue this bitch, sue him all day long.
All right. So we'll follow up on that a little later.
Awesome.
So Rubio is a robot, and that was a fucking non-answer of the highest caliber.
Marco Rubio.
Marco.
It wouldn't be appropriate for me to speculate at this time.
It would not be appropriate for Rubio to comment at this time.
Another man's heart. I cannot see into his mind. I could never say what Mr. Trump has earned, but he has earned the right to select. I cannot stand in judgment of his.
This one says Trump
issue needs study, formulating opinion.
Trump,
I love that.
Trump downplays Oval Office business conflicts.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, he cares about his business. But what he says, what he means is, as president, he says that he can push this aside and leave it to the children. And a lot of ethics watchdogs say, hey, wait a minute, your children are in transition meetings. Your children, are part of this process. Your children are very close to you, and you talk about having them as informal advisors. I start from the position of cut the guy a little slack and give him time to figure it out, because he just won an election, and he has his business. Yep. But how does he do this? This is incredibly hard and complicated.
It's also that to start thinking about it now, or to start taking steps to do it now, is a little bit late in the game. Look, Mitt Romney was a very wealthy man. I covered that campaign.
When every single politician is bought, paid for, and owned by corporate America, why am I supposed to give a shit about this exactly?
Exactly.
Trump's gonna be corrupt, just like every fucking single other goddamn miserable cocksucker in Washington. Well, whoop-de-fucking-do, I don't give a shit.
Well, dude, it's CNN, because normally they don't give a shit, because, CNN colludes all these, they collude with the businesses, they collude with politicians, but now, because they don't like Trump, it's like, look at these conflicts of interest here.
CNN is one of the moneyed interests that controls fucking Washington.
I love when they paint this idea that he has close contacts with his family, too, as if it's weird. Like, the Kennedys... Hello, like the fucking JFK talked to his fucking brothers all the time. They were informal advisors in his administration and formal advisors in his administration.
Oh, yes.
He didn't have children that were old enough to consult with, but Trump does. Why is this weird?
A lot of international holdings. He had accounts all over the place. They put it in a blind trust. This was clearly something that Mitt Romney had planned for many years, to make sure that you didn't have even the appearance of conflicts. That's just not a concern that Donald Trump seems to have. He's meeting with Indian developers of his hotels in India while in between transition meetings. His children are sitting in on foreign leader calls. Could you imagine?
Okay, this is so dumb. So before it was Trump, Trump is this brilliant businessman. Obviously not CNN, but a lot of people were saying this. But now it's like, now Trump should not even handle his business. It's like, well, if it's a transitional period, it's called a transition for a reason.
Yeah, it's called a transition. So if Trump takes office and he's still working for his own corporate interests and shit,
then this video makes sense.
This is a fucking story. But until then, it's not.
an alternative universe, Chelsea Clinton sitting in on foreign leader calls and what the outcry would be? This is a pretty
The concern for him is that he's going to continually hound the Trump presidency.
No one should care.
So wait, so your argument here is our opposition, who we say are dog shit, would do it, so it makes sense that we're doing. No. Okay, and if Chelsea Clinton was sitting in on those meetings, you'd be defending that. So what's your fucking point? Your point is that both sides are just the same as one another and they're both full of shit? I agree with that.
I mean, I can hear it in my head, TJ. The alternate narrative, if this was a Clinton presidency and Chelsea was sitting in on the first meeting with the Prime Minister of Japan. You know, Chelsea was very intimately involved in her mother's campaign, and it makes total sense that she would want her daughter to sit in on these important calls. She's going to be a very important... It's just such dog shit. This is not news. What you're doing is not news.
Gotta stir the outrage pot. Get everyone all worked up.
Even if he's not doing anything untoward and if his motivations are pure. I mean, look at his meeting with the British politician just last week or a couple weeks ago when he registered his opposition to offshore.
I don't understand. I mean, like, I don't give a fuck if his motivations are pure. I mean, he's a politician. I never thought his motivations were fucking pure. You never thought his motivations were pure. And the alternative was Hillary Clinton, whose motivations are definitely not fucking pure. You elected him president, not fucking saint of America. All right? You know, he's going to be corrupt, just like everyone else in Washington. It's already been proven that he's going to be fucking corrupt because he came in there saying he was going to drain the swamp, and he fucking nominates Swamp Thing to all of his fucking cabinet posts. We're going to drain the swamp.
Swamp Thing, we need you to drain the swamp.
Or wind farms. Why?
Because of
Because
Scottish
of Scottish
golf
golf
course,
course. He's been concerned about that. He said, well, he actually was just, he said in the New York Times interview, well, he was just discussing his personal opposition to offshore wind farms, but it raises the potential conflict of interest concern
Can we talk about
because
this graphic at the bottom here as people are voting on this? Where they're voting on what's the most important thing for Trump to tackle first.
Yeah,
it's a clear answer.
I think there's a pretty fucking. I understand that not everyone in America is voting in this poll, but
one of them seems to be way ahead of the others, is what you're saying.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Which one is that? Is that infrastructure?
Hey, look, it's that one that actually fucking matters.
The one that actually benefits the people of this country and having clean places to live and work and eat and safe bridges.
Dude, there's a great video on this by John Oliver on infrastructure. You guys should watch it for sure if you're concerned about this issue. But I mean, the long and the short of it is that the Republicans and the Democrats have not wanted to fund infrastructure development in this country besides big highway projects, and there's a lot more stuff that's really needed. Besides just these big grandiose projects, there's a lot of little things, and look, the system is adequate today, but it's vastly becoming inadequate.
Bridges, roads,
cities,
dams,
ports. People don't think about ports.
Hospitals,
airports,
seaports, whatever. All these fucking things
that are falling apart.
I mean, I feel like it, with the exception of the West Coast, a lot of stuff in America is just crumbling. And that's just because a lot of this stuff is brand new out here.
Our fucking country gets a D in infrastructure. The richest country on the face of the earth, D in infrastructure.
I mean, South Korea whoops our ass in internet speeds. Whoops our fucking ass. It's not even close. That tiny little nation that we subsidize whoops our fucking ass. That's part of infrastructure, too. Your slow-ass internet.
Yeah.
How about nationwide fiber optic?
You're a dreamer, Paul.
Was worried about that as well.
But you're
so
not the
he has
only
to
one.
think about that because the public will be watching him very closely.
And this was their campaign against Hillary Clinton, right? This idea that she was using her position as Secretary of State to benefit the Clinton Foundation. And so,
but he owns buildings. How does he do it?
Yeah.
How does he do it? You can't. He'd have to sell all his buildings.
Yeah,
which he says, wait a minute. He says, wait a minute. No.
Yeah,
Why should I have to do
somebody
that?
other than your daughter has to be running
That's
the
a good
business.
point.
You can't- and certainly
Why
your daughter
should he have to? I mean, if you own a building, that's your building. I mean, if I understand the laws of our country, like, even if you're president, if you own a building, you should still be able to fucking own the building.
And
he's never done. Look, and the other thing to keep in mind too, they held a conference at Trump Hotel down the street here with diplomats who are based here in town, showing them some sales packages because heads of state that come to Washington now may feel obligated to stay at his hotel and pay the rate and then go down the street to the White House. Normally they'd stay at their residence or Blair House or somewhere else.
Yeah, well, that's such a fucking. I'm gonna lose sleep at night thinking about that.
So foreign leaders are gonna try to cozy up to Trump. What a shock, man! Like they weren't gonna do that to begin with. No, they were gonna come here and be like, "Oh yeah, thanks for offering me to stay at Trump Tower, but I'd rather go fucking stay at the Motel 6, faggot." You know, come on.
Whatever, dude. I don't understand these people. I don't understand these fucking pundits and the reality they peddle to people.
They act like that's what that's what we do with foreign dignitaries and business dignitaries and shit that visit the president. We put them up in the fucking Super 8. No, they're not staying at the La Quinta Inn, and Trump just happens to have a fucking hotel. Whoop-a-dee-doo!
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these people are going to stay at the White House anyway.
Yeah.
There's fucking tons of guest bedrooms for dignitaries and shit there. This episode is boring. All right, well then leave, faggot.
Peace.
No one gives a shit. Go fuck yourself.
I'm bored. Then go do something else.
This is boring.
Then you're a fucking moron.
Substantive talk about the issues of the day bores me.
Here's Tucker Carlson talking about flag burning.
Is there anything more infuriating than watching some entitled ahistorical loser burn the American flag?
Yes.
Yeah, there is. Your fucking ugly, disgusting, wretched existence. You fucking scummy piece of useless dog shit human garbage. Every time I look at you, I want to fucking puke.
Dude, Tucker, here's the problem. Tucker, if someone wants to fly 1 million American flags, they want to fucking bathe with the flag and sleep with the flag, I don't care. If someone wants to fucking wipe their ass with the flag, I don't care.
We need to stop burning flags and start burning Tucker Carlson. Yeah. Who's with me? Get some kindling and meet me at the center of fucking town.
I just have a feeling if we tried to do it, he just wouldn't even. We wouldn't like. He would just be smiling, like "burn me," and we wouldn't be able to.
all I see when I look at this faggot is a bow tie with a butthole. That's all I see.
Yeah.
So yeah, there is something more infuriating, Tucker. He
switched his tie style.
Your continued existence as a member of the American news
even
media.
looking at him now, even looking at him now, that's a bow tie.
I mean, look on the right and look on the left, and tell me what pisses you off more. Somebody burning a fucking flag they paid for, or Tucker Carlson being somebody that delivers your news. I'm gonna have to think real hard about this one, folks.
Burn Tucker Carlson. Hashtag burn Tucker Carlson.
For many people, there isn't anything more infuriating than that, and that group would include President-elect Donald Trump, who apparently, after watching a segment this morning on Fox and Friends about flag burning, tweeted this, quote, "Nobody should be allowed to burn the American flag. If they do, there must be consequences, perhaps loss of citizenship or a year in jail." Well, while it's legally permitted to burn the flag, there are relatively few people who do it, and there are fewer still who encourage it. And yet,
loss of citizenship. You think you should be able to strip people of their citizenship?
You can't even. That's not even something you can do.
Really?
Guys, we gotta burn a fucking flag. Let's just do it.
Oh, I already ordered one.
So like,
Good.
if
about 15 minutes after I saw that tweet, I ordered a flag.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Under Trump's rules,
can I take part?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're all gonna burn the flag.
Under Trump's rules, even though I was born here and I've had citizenship my whole life, and I burn the flag and I lose my citizenship, where do I go? Do I automatically get citizenship?
All right, you're
somewhere
Mexico's
else?
problem now, bitch.
Do they just put me on a raft and push me out into the ocean?
Yeah.
I mean, like what
do
the
they
fuck?
do?
You're just
shoot me into space.
I mean, it might be a boon for me, honestly. If some other country like Sweden is like, we will take flag burning refugees, I might end up being better off. Getting kicked out of this fucking armpit.
I mean, it's not even possible to do. A year in jail, maybe they could fucking work something. I mean, it's still unconstitutional. It's
stupid.
It still violates the First Amendment, and Trump would be pretty much a terrible president if he actually tried to enact this.
Who gives a shit? It's a fucking flag. If people say, it's what it represents, well, they can't burn what it represents. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, you can't. You know, if you're talking about the flag is a symbol of something greater, they can't. Them burning the flag doesn't destroy that something greater that it supposedly fucking represents.
It doesn't.
So what does it matter? It doesn't matter.
One of the big arguments is like people died for that flag. No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
Nope.
They didn't die for that fucking flag. They died, a lot of them, because of bad decisions made by people elected under that flag.
Yep.
One reason why you should be able to burn the fucking thing.
I actually was in an argument with my teacher back in like 8th grade about this very issue. And she pulled that shit on me. She's like, my grandpa died for that flag. It's like, well, if he died for a piece of cloth, then he was a moron.
Yep.
She was pissed.
There are some. Joining us now is Mark Perkel of flagburning.org. Mark, I always try to take guests seriously. It's hard to take this seriously, but I want to ask you a straightforward first question, which is, why would you burn the American flag?
Well, one would burn the American flag in a situation where the government has gone so far awry that the only way to really protest it is to assert our rights as a citizen to go ahead and burn the flag and be that offensive, because what's happening in America is that offensive. And there are situations that justify burning the American flag, and we have the right to do so. And it's one of those things that you don't take lightly.
Dumbfounded Tucker Carlson is by a reasonable argument.
Tucker Carlson, no, he's not even dumbfounded. He practices this every time he has a liberal guest on. No matter what they say, it's always this. Like, he acts like he's looking at someone stomping on a puppy, only if it was Tucker Carlson looking at that, he'd probably just have a boner. Piece of fucking evil shit.
He watches puppy snuff porn. Oh, crap.
And it's an important issue, but it's something that we as citizens need to be able to assert our rights, since our rights...
So you said 3 times you have a right to do it, and no one's contesting that. The Supreme Court has ruled on that, but you've also got a right to scream obscenities at old ladies. It kind of sounded like Trump was contesting that. And you don't, because you're a decent person, one presumes. You're not a decent person if you burn the American flag, and here's why.
Actually, if you scream at someone in the street, you could be arrested for, like disturbing the peace or that kind of shit.
This fucking...
disorderly conduct.
This fucking Fox News butt washer just said that you're not a good person if you burn the American flag. Let me tell you something, Tucker. You're not a good person if you make a living telling lies to the American people and being fake outraged and call yourself a fucking journalist. That's not a good person, Tucker.
We've all... It takes about 5 minutes listening to Tucker Carlson to realize, like, I'm listening to one of the most reprehensible scumfucks to ever exist.
That's why I play him, because I know how much you hate him.
No. I mean, like, I would say, as far as media personalities go, I hate Nancy Grace more, but he's number 2.
You know, it sucks so bad. Right after we moved, like, he came to Ohio and did like this, like, meet the author speech type thing. I went to one with Matt Groening like earlier this year, but there was one he came to. I wanted to get you front row seats so you could sit right in front of Tucker Carlson. Look him straight in the eye, TJ. You can give him the look that he gives liberals.
I'd boo his faggot.
No, I just sit there. I'll just sit there the whole time. I want to get front row seats and just sit there the whole time like...
No. I want to get front row seats and sit there the whole time and go, boo!
Boo, Tucker Carlson! Boo! Liar!
They can kick you out for that. They can't kick me out for making a face that distracts the shit out of them.
I'm not going to be 5 feet from this punctilious prick and not say what I want to say.
Just represent the government. It represents the sacrifice, the deaths of many thousands of Americans who literally, not just a talking point, literally died for it. And you insult their memory when you do that. So why?
Right. So there's no constitutional requirement that a person has to be a decent person. The real issue here is that Donald Trump is announcing that he wants to take away our rights to burn the flag. And the thing is...
He wants to take away citizenship, which is the most ridiculous thing. Maybe lost his citizenship.
It's all
maybe
a bunch
that
of bullshit.
What? He's totally talking out of his ass.
It's called free speech. It's called free expression. These are things that we hold dear here. Well, we used to hold dear here in this country.
Even like...
We don't really care anymore.
Mass murderers, we don't take away their citizenship.
No.
They're still citizens.
You could rape 1 million babies and still be a U.S. citizen.
Yeah, you're a citizen, and you're entitled to...
But don't burn the flag!
You're entitled to protection under the law as a citizen.
It's ridiculous.
Even if you're a fucking mass murderer. So
yeah, I mean,
burning the flag.
If I went into a mall and shot a bunch of people, I would lose my citizenship.
Right.
But if someone burns a piece of cloth...
You could be put to death, but you wouldn't lose your citizenship.
Tucker's really lame fucking... If you were a decent guy, you wouldn't do it. And it's like... And this guy's going, well, you don't have to be a decent... It's like, no. Why? Tucker doesn't get to be the arbiter of what's decent or what's good.
He's got the same dumb fucking look on his face. Look, TJ's right.
Yeah, I know. That's what he does. I know. And look, watch any liberal interview... Watch him interview any liberal person. It's always this perpetual look on his face of like... Oh my God, I can't believe what I'm hearing. I'm so outraged. I'm so indignant right now. I can't tolerate someone with a different point of view.
Yeah.
Shut up, Tucker. Miserable twat. Ugh.
The United States is a government of the people, by the people, and for the people, and that means the people are dominant over government. So as long as we can burn the flag, then we, the people, assert our dominance over the government. If the government can take away our right to burn the flag, then the government has dominance over the people, and that's not the way the United States was
Really?
made.
Because, I mean, I sort of buy a lot of what you're saying. I do think that we ought to resist government's encroachments into our lives. But, where were you when they started telling you how many gallons you can have in your toilet tank? Or when the Obama administration started spying on people's emails, breaking into your Gmail? I don't remember you jumping up and down. I don't think that you're a man of principle.
I remember you jumping up and down when the Patriot Act got passed, you fucking empty suit piece of shit. Yeah. Well, you know what? I actually do remember you jumping up and down in fucking joy.
Yeah, ecstatic.
And glee. Ooh, like, get the terrorists! You were the big fucking media cheerleader for the Patriot Act. You numb cunt. What are you talking about?
The fact that Tucker Carlson would even mention the word principles.
Yeah. Also, spying. You think Donald Trump now is just going to end that, Tucker?
Yeah, and also, I mean,
you think Bush was spying too.
Trump has stumped on. We're going to strengthen the NSA. We're going to make sure we watch everything.
We're going to lock down the internet.
Terrorists.
Yeah.
I mean, shut up. You're such a cunt, Tucker. I don't even know what to fucking do with you. Oh, I do actually. Burn you. Burn you at the fucking stake. Stop burning flags.
Burn
Hashtag
Tucker.
burn Tucker Carlson.
We used to do that in this country too.
Yeah, let's bring back a little Salem.
Yep.
It's time for Tucker to fucking stand upon the hill of kindling.
I mean, who are we to argue with the methods of our great founders and forefathers, man?
That's true. True. Very true, Paul.
They used to like to tar and feather people. They used to burn people and stone people. Why not, man?
Let's bring it back, but only for Tucker.
All right, so we're going to check on where we are now with, oh, wow.
Almost 5K. Thank you guys so much,
Thank you so much.
You motherfuckers.
You guys are awesome.
To those of you who are coming into the chat, I've seen a few of you asking, why is this on the Amazing Atheist channel? It is because we are no longer able to stream. We have 2 strikes, 2 false DMCA strikes on our Drunken Peasants channel. We are going to sue the individual, Tommy Sotomayor. We're going to sue him because he is crippling our channel.
He's trying to take our channel down.
Yes.
Is what he's trying to do.
He is attempting.
This is censorship through the abuse of the DMCA.
This is what's called a bad faith DMCA, which basically means someone who is lying in order to take something down off the internet.
He's committed perjury twice now in the last couple of days.
Perjury.
And we're not going to rest on our laurels and allow him to do that to us, but we need you guys' help, and that's what this up on the screen is about. We have a legal defense fund that we opened the last time he did this to our channel a few months ago, and a lot of you have come out of pocket. Thank you for that. Those of you that can't, please share the link.
A lot of people are sharing it on Twitter.
Yeah, share it on Facebook. Share it with your peeps, man.
Share it and try to explain to them why it's important. Let them know that this is to fight someone who uses the DMCA as chat.
Ribeye gave $5, and and a lot of people too. Like we mentioned that earlier, saying, "Man, I wish I had more." Dude, $1, $5, $10, whatever you got, man, helps. It adds up. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
Like so many people have been with this podcast for so long, watching us for 3 fucking years, and I don't think they want the DP story to end with Tommy Sodomizer. Being the one that pulls us off of the fucking YouTubes.
I mean, I feel I'm pulled both ways, dude, because I was a fan of this show way before I was a part of it. And I don't like, me or not, I don't want the DP ending here, man. And it's not going to.
No.
And that's it.
I mean, worst case scenario, we might have to figure out a new content distribution method, but I don't think that that's going to be necessary. I think we are just going to rail Tommy in the ass. We're going to destroy him legally. I've looked at the case we have. I've talked to some people who are lawyers, not anyone that's able to take our case, but I've talked to lawyer friends of mine who work in different sectors of law. And they're telling me that, we have a good case moving forward here. And I've told them about the mitigating stuff. I've told them, we did go to his chat and have people type Glanders and Booper, but, You know, I don't think anyone views that as a serious threat to him. So
it's not.
And even if it was, the DMCA is not the proper outlet for him to address that issue.
No, it's not. It's not at all.
Yeah, that has to do with the community guidelines.
All right, so we will be right back. We're going to pause for a quick break. It'll only take about a minute, and then we'll be right back, and we'll cover some more videos.
Yeah.
If you want a nice-looking watch at a nice price, Movement watches start at just $95, but are comparable in quality and style to the big super expensive watchmakers. I've got a gun, metal, and sandstone leather watch with a great minimalist, stylish design that works well in pretty much any setting and with any fashion. Movement Watches was started by two college kids who wanted to wear stylish watches but were too broke to afford them. So they started their own watch company. And now they've sold over 500,000 watches in over 160 countries by keeping their prices affordable so that a nice watch isn't just a luxury of rich people. And you can get 15% off today with free shipping and free returns by going to movementwatches.com/peasants. That's mvmtwatches.com/peasants. I've gotten a lot of compliments on my Movement watch, and you will too. Now's the time to step up your watch game. Go to movementwatches.com/peasants and join the movement.
All right.
Yeah.
We're back.
Movement.
Glanderson Booper is coming to your chat.
Yep. TJ is overweight and desperate.
Desperate for what?
What?
I don't even know.
TJ is overweight and desperate.
Desperate.
Tonight on Inside Edition.
The overweight and the desperate.
Oh, dude. Check out this news story. This is crazy.
When women want to strengthen their pelvic floor muscles, they usually do Kegels. But sex expert Layla Martin has a different type of workout in mind, vaginal weightlifting, that uses a tool called the jade egg.
You insert an egg up into the vagina and you attach a weight to it. And you can do various processes where you actually have to use your pelvic floor and deeper muscles inside of the vaginal canal to actually hold the weight up.
With the jade egg, you can increase vaginal strength on multiple levels.
You can actually put it...
Merry Christmas, Ashley.
What is this?
This is
a vaginal weight.
Vaginal weight.
What?
To strengthen
Makes
your
the pussy game stronger, man. It makes the pussy game stronger.
Make your pussy strong.
So Paul, you're actually buying this?
I mean, the pussy game already strong, but like if I can turn it into an anaconda around my dick, why not?
Different levels of depth inside the vagina, meaning that you can get a really deep muscular workout, those muscles that are involved with holding the uterus or the bladder or the cervix in place.
Martin says using the jade egg can help with incontinence, post-rehabilitation, and uterine prolapse. About 30 to 40% of women will develop some form of pelvic organ prolapse in their lifetime.
Your pelvic musculature supports the pelvic organs, your bladder, your rectum, and by doing a series of exercises, it helps to strengthen.
I don't even know what to say about this.
Yeah, isn't
Get
it
on
weird?
it, ladies. I'm loving this, man. Get on it, ladies. Got to do that pussy workout.
Uh-huh. Well, Paul likes it.
So, how much do you guys know about Pete Rose? Do you know how Pete Rose is banned from
gambling, right?
I know about that.
Yeah, he's one of the best players ever.
Yes.
But then he was also a manager for the Cincinnati Reds, and while he was their manager, he was gambling on even the games that he was directly involved in.
Damn.
So now he's banned from the Hall of Fame for life. But Donald Trump wants to override that.
Okay, I'm cool with it.
Sure.
Dude, he was a great fucking baseball
No, I'm
player.
just saying,
It's not the Hall of Good
Yeah.
Morals. It's the Hall of Fame for baseball.
Yeah.
I agree with Paul.
There have been like
I don't think you can do it though.
Paul's right.
there were like blatant racists that are in the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
That like
Yeah.
if today they were like that, they would not be allowed in the Hall of Fame.
No way, dude.
Whatever,
no way.
you know.
But because they were from like the early years of professional baseball, you know,
I feel like being a baseball player in the Hall of Fame should be based on how good you were at
your
baseball.
playing ability.
I don't think it should be based on how good of a guy you were, or whether or not people liked you, or whether you were morally principled, or any of that shit.
Members of the Baseball Writers Association are filling out their 2017 Hall of Fame ballots, deciding on who will join baseball's Club of Immortals. Among the potential players that could garner the necessary 75% of the
Barry Bonds. You see giant ass Barry Bonds in the middle there.
I know. Mr. Juice himself.
Dude, he's so much smaller now.
I know.
he was kind of like well built but thin when he first started.
Yep.
And then he grew and his head became like the size of a fucking watermelon.
Yep.
And then now he's like a normal size guy again now that he's retired. Dude fucking cracked home runs like they were nothing.
votes to be selected include ballot holdovers Mike Mussina, Edgar Martinez, and Tim Raines, as well as iconic players and suspected performance-enhancing drug users Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens. Newcomers to the ballot include Vladimir Guerrero and Ivan Pudge Rodriguez, who hope to make it on their first year of eligibility. But one player who isn't even on the ballot received one vote, kind of. The all-time hit king, Pete Charlie Hustle Rose, is the recipient of one theoretical vote. Jack McCaffrey of the Delaware County Daily Times.
It's so weird how they get to choose who gets to vote on this shit.
Yeah, it is weird.
Tweeted a picture of his Hall of Fame ballot. On it, McCaffrey voted for 9 players whose names are on the ballot and wrote in Rose's name. Hall of Fame voters may vote for 10 players on a single ballot, a limit set by the Baseball Writers Association of America. McCaffrey has been voting for Rose for a number of years. His public ballots only show up with 9 players on the official Baseball Writers Association of America website. His votes for Rose are wasted and do not count. Rose, who is considered one of the most accomplished players in the history of baseball, was banned from the sport for life in 1989 for betting on baseball. Despite Rose's complicated standing with Major League...
Fuck it.
I say let him in.
He was a great baseball player. What do you give a shit?
Yeah, I say let him in. I mean, like, it is true. Statistically, he's one of the greatest.
Yeah, I mean, like...
An eligible list from the Baseball Writers Association of America ballot.
He has the most hits.
All right, so here's a question. Like, let's say it comes to light that, oh shit, it turns out Babe Ruth bet on some of his own games. You gonna kick him out? You gonna say Babe Ruth is out of the Baseball Hall of Fame? No. You're not gonna do that.
This is the all-time hit king.
Rose does have the support of the future leader of the free world, President-elect Donald Trump.
By the way, they're both in the WWE Hall of Fame. Both Trump and Pete Rose.
Cool.
Has tweeted on numerous occasions over the course of several years, calling for Major League Baseball to lift its lifetime ban and for the Hall of Fame to induct Rose into its hallowed halls. 2 days before the Ohio primary in March, Trump tweeted a picture of an autographed baseball that appears to have been signed by Rose. The former Cincinnati Reds great remains a fan favorite throughout the state of Ohio.
Cool.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think he should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. I mean, like...
So Donald Trump is just going to make it happen. He'll. I don't think he can do that.
I mean, no. Donald Trump, there's nothing Trump can really do. But, I mean, having the president's endorsement really couldn't hurt.
No.
Something about a pardon. Could President... Kenny? I don't think so.
To pardon Rose, opening the door to the Hall of Fame. Commissioner Rob Manfred struck out Rose's most recent plea for reinstatement, citing his continued gambling and evidence that he bet on games when he was playing for the...
That's hilarious.
Well, why would he stop gambling?
It's funny. Because that was his downfall. It ruined him.
Let him in. Could be in fucking...
Let him in.
Could be in a bunch of cunts, Major League Baseball.
All right, moving on to crazy people.
Blonde babes.
Crazy people.
Mandy strikes
Never
again.
seen that before.
That was spooky.
It's like the video was haunted.
By the ghost of Manatee Past.
All right, here's some Pat Robertson.
This first one comes from Lori, who says, 2 years ago, our daughter got very angry with us and abruptly cut us out of her life. Since then, she's even had a baby that we have not seen. She's never shared with us what's wrong. Our sons say it's a communication issue. We can't figure it out, and in spite of reaching out multiple times and offering apologies, she
let her
refuses
finish,
to try
Pat.
to restore the relationship. Now she's begun inviting her brothers and their families over for the holidays, causing them to travel between our two homes.
Okay, well, first of all, you're writing mail to Pat Robertson, so maybe
one reason to cut ties with you.
Yeah.
I think that might have something to do with it. My
In the
parents
same
view
city.
Pat Robertson as a moral authority. Really don't want much
I
to do
feel
with
it's
him, I guess.
dishonoring for our sons to join in her rebellion, and that they ought to tell her that they will continue the family traditions as usual at Mom and Dad's house, that they will help bring restoration to our family, but will not participate in her rebellious behavior that splits the family at the holidays and other family occasions. Am I wrong?
Yes.
No, you're not. This is a really a tragic thing, but, you know, daughters, God bless them. I have daughters, I have granddaughters, I have great-granddaughters. They can be the sweetest things in the world, but they also can be going through puberty and then go through all kinds of hormonal changes. And
Excuse me.
they get
Pat, you're
nuts.
trying to touch
excuse me,
reality.
what
This
do you-
woman has her own house.
Yeah.
She's not going through puberty.
They go through
Puberty's in her past.
She's not 14.
No.
What the fuck are you? What?
She has her own place. Pat, were you listening?
She has her own
And obviously
fucking
the
family and
brothers,
life and shit.
the brothers just want to stay out of it. Like we'll go to your guys' house and we'll go to her house. And now it's like they're aiding in the rebellion. It's a rebellion. Are you the king or something?
You
what?
know, sometimes kids, when they get the puberty.
What?
That's along the way, and you know, a little slight sets them off, and they harbor. They don't know what's going on. So I
But the one that
suggest
doesn't
you
know
pray
what's
for
going
your
on is you giving this advice. Like, these parents probably gave her cause to not want to be around them for the holidays.
Yeah, I never buy when there's a fractured relationship that it's just like, oh, it's all this one person.
We're just totally blameless and clueless as to what went wrong.
Unless you're talking about something like drugs or something, I'm like, I don't really believe you.
Yeah, I don't go to my dad's Christmas shit because he's been an asshole to me. So I don't bother. I go to my mom's.
You're being rebellious, Paul.
daughter. I suggest you love her. I think for your other siblings to go along with this and not recognize what's there.
Something's not right
But
there.
possibly you could get a Christian counselor or somebody who's got some wisdom, a Christian psychiatrist or other, to see exactly what's going on. You can figure, you know, women have these cycles every month. They have something. It
Yeah, but the boys are going along with this.
well, the boys ought to have better sense.
Exactly.
Okay.
But the girl.
What are they going along with?
Her period.
They're going.
TJ.
They're visiting their sister, and what is this period shit?
Yeah. No, they're going along with her weird period delusion.
This is obviously a rift that's been going on for 2 years. It's not just that time a month.
She got on her period and just was like, "Fuck it, I never want to see my parents
Like,
again," and
honestly,
she just stuck to it.
Feminists, go get him. Because this is the guy that's actually saying that shit. Go get him.
Attack! Attack!
Most of the people still saying that shit look like this dude.
Goes into this. I mean, you can think, okay, she's going to hit menopause and she's going to have another crisis.
What?
These are
Menopause. Like
hormonal things.
women are just fucking unreasonable their whole lives. Puberty.
He's like an
Then they get their period. Then they're crazy for 2 weeks out of the month. Then menopause comes and you're fucked. Women are just crazy.
Pat Robertson, the OBGYN.
Yeah.
That go on at puberty and so forth, and
you know what? He'd probably be he'd probably be a really bad gynecologist because he's got really shaky hands. You know?
I don't know. Maybe he'd be good if you get my drift.
It's like a vibrator.
Yeah.
Got the Robertson
little
9000.
slights can kick somebody off.
Oh, yes,
I mean,
Dr. Robertson.
I know of one instance where a teenager was told by somebody, "You're a little bit overweight, aren't you?" That's it. I don't want to talk to that person again. I don't want to have anything to do with it. You know,
That's their right.
I mean, it's that kind of little
You
teeny.
walked up and said something like an asshole to a person.
Yeah, I mean, like...
You don't just walk up to it, like, whatever. I think that's a little sensitive, but it is their right to cut ties with people that are assholes to them, is it not?
No. Yeah, I mean, like, you can choose who you want to associate with. I mean, like, you can choose not to associate with someone because you don't like the way they look.
Yeah.
Or you don't like the way they walk, or you can fucking be like, that person has a weird mole on their face. I don't like them. I ain't hanging around.
Freedom of association. Anybody that includes family. You're not obligated to hang out with your shit family.
Yeah, and I don't, and most people don't.
Slight, so it's they need to have professional counseling, but you can't force your daughter to go see a shrink. But they need to go see a psychiatrist or a Christian
counselor,
place
at least
or
a
something.
family counselor.
A Christian psychiatrist.
You must be mentally ill if you don't want to hang around your stupid Christian family. No,
That's another thing that's a bullshit.
They seem sane.
A bullshit cottage industry of evangelical Christianity is this Christian counselor bullshit.
Yeah.
It does exist, and it's horseshit.
Yeah, wasn't Michelle Bachman's husband like a Christian therapist?
It's total bullshit.
It completely ignores the reality of psychiatry and tries to make it fit in a weird biblical framework. Go get well.
It's like, you ever seen that show Moral Oral?
Yep.
It's all that. It's like that kind of reasoning, deductive reasoning based on the Bible. So the results are always shit.
Great advice, Pat.
Oh my God.
How about
you? Here's Baker saying Christians will be gunned down by the U.S. government for praying.
Whatever.
Nate.
I don't know if you've seen Heidi Baker's vision. No. She saw America. And she saw lines.
She's a prophet.
A prophet.
And they drove up in new cars. New cars. They were dressed well. And she assumed that it was suddenly.
Yeah, because their clothes were still intact and they were wearing nice clothes.
And she said God has warned her that this is going to happen suddenly in America.
Right.
And the rich will be standing in food lines. And that backs up exactly what I've been trying to tell you. Be ready. Be ready.
Buy my slop.
Are you ready to serve God if they're going to cut your head off?
Paul, it's in the Bible.
Yeah.
So years ago, God spoke to me. I was supposed to start preaching it, and nobody would accept it. How are you going to tell people the church needs to be ready?
Was that in between your prison
to have their heads cut off to say?
Was that when you went to prison? God told you that?
Weren't you guys just celebrating like Trump's victory and like, yeah, America's saved, and now you're right back to the same.
Because he's got warehouses full of these fucking bonus
guys,
buckets.
But look, it's not because he wanted to do that. I mean, he thought that we were saved, but then look, he talked to a prophet, and this prophet has told him this. Yeah.
You guys remember back when you had to actually like prophesy to be a prophet? Like when you had to actually call something before it happened?
Well, he was told by
anybody that says any crazy old bullshit is a prophet?
He was told by the prophet that works at the bonus bucket warehouse that they need to fucking move these crates of bonus buckets immediately.
Oh, he's not even going to mention bonus bucket, guys.
Now look here, Mr. Baker. We ain't got room for all these bonus buckets here. You're going to have to do something with them.
Yep.
All right. Guess it's time for somebody to have a prophecy.
I'm willing to die for the gospel of Jesus Christ.
I doubt it.
And there is such fear in the church. I mean fear. Not just fear of ISIS, not just fear of one thing, but fear of not being politically correct until you will be murdered if you preach the gospel of Jesus Christ. Is that right?
It is. They're timid. They're intimidated.
It's over, people. The gospel is over in the United States of America if we're not careful. We have turned our back on the Bible.
Good.
We can't preach the Bible anymore.
Yeah, you can.
What are you doing right now?
Yeah, what the
Are you
fuck are you
I can tell
doing?
you stories that would
Actually, he's not preaching the Bible. He's selling bonus
ostensibly, that's what he's doing.
Yeah, so, but where are the fucking thugs to run in here and break this up? You know, talking about Jesus?
Get down!
Knocking tables
Jim
over.
Baker, you have been convicted of talking about Jesus publicly. You will be beheaded and drawn and quartered in the public square.
Dude, that guy would shit his pants, cry, and be like, I was just trying to sell bonus buckets.
I just want to sell bonus buckets.
I don't believe any of this bullshit.
Please don't kill me.
That'd be great.
Your hair if your hair's straight. And if you got curly hair, straighten it out. I'm serious. If I told you what I
look at
live
this
through
audience,
and what
this
I go
weary
through
fucking
and what I am
septuagenarian audience.
They look miserable.
There's one dude out there looked about fucking 65. He's like this. Look like he's having the worst day of his
Dude,
fucking life.
They literally lure these fuckers in with like, you get a free meal.
Yep.
You get to eat for free, but you just got to listen to this bullshit.
Because of those who really
might as well just be selling Christian fucking timeshares.
It's just simply the Bible. Anybody that wants to stand on the absolute Word of God, you don't have much. I mean, whoever thought? I mean, I heard Donald Trump and
So this must have been before.
Oh, okay, he's just a candidate right now.
but it was so crazy because whoever thought you'd have a
What?
president or man
We have someone else here.
Whoa.
Why?
Oh, it's Egghead 2.
Oh, shit.
Egghead 2.
Merry Christmas.
Egghead 2, The Reckoning.
Wow, Donald Trump's going to say Merry Christmas. Great.
The war on Christmas, people.
The war on Christmas is finally over. Trump is president.
Trump, Trumpety, Trump, 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 Trumpety, Trump.
Oh, thank God. Thank God we can end that terrible war on Christmas that happened.
Yep.
You mean the one that never began is bullshit?
No. The totally legit real
Oh, the legit real one. Oh, yeah, that's been going on.
That was totally going on.
The Hillary was going to continue. I remember Hillary, one of her talking points was, the war against Christmas continues, and everyone was kind of just clapping. Like, we're going to become an Islamic state soon, so.
So we have Egghead 2 joining us
Egghead
here.
2.0.
How's it going, Egghead 2?
Pretty good. How are you guys?
A little pissed off tonight, Egghead 2, not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, fuck Tommy.
Yeah,
Fuck him in his fat ass.
I mean, I didn't say it, but something really burned my buns in the last 48 hours, if you get my drift.
Okay.
I hope he gets a brain aneurysm.
He'd have to get a brain first.
Yeah.
Fair point.
All right, let's move on.
Okay. Move on, we shall. I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck. Oh, God. Paul is dying.
Hey, Dorn, give me my Viper.
Dorn.
Oh, here's a video called "Why It's Impossible to Be Racist Against White People."
Okay.
Greetings.
Oh, God.
I am Tyler Merle.
Hold on. Hold on. I need a minute to fucking.
Do you know who this is?
No, I don't. But I mean, I just take
He
one
looks
look.
like a cunt.
I mean, I'm looking at like a fucking a treasure troll or something here. I don't know what the fuck is
Look
going
at the
on.
Cuckatron 9000. What are you talking about?
Cuckatron.
I am Cuckatron 9000. No, he can't even be a cuck because there's no way this dude has a girlfriend, even one that's just fucking black.
I know, but you know what I mean.
Muslims have a beautiful and non-violent culture.
This is a
Cuckatron.
This is a wannabe cuck. This dude is not even up to the level of cuck yet.
But you know what? You know why he still gets it? He squeaks out being a cuck. It's because he just looks like one.
Kind of does, yeah.
Appreciate you joining me.
Oh, yeah.
So wanted to continue the conversation that a lot of us have been having today on social media around the post I shared yesterday that said it's impossible for white people to experience racism. It's impossible for white people to be the victims of racism. Said a different way, it's impossible for black people or brown people or people of color to be racist.
Yep, wrong.
A lot of people have questions about this, have disagreements. So what I'm hearing is that we're using totally different definitions of the word racism. So I would invite you to kind of like suspend your disbelief about what the word racism is.
Okay.
And see if you understand the essence of what's being said. Because that's the most important part. So
Putting
within
the, word
the context
aside,
of...
even though it's about the word.
Right.
Whatever. Fine. I'll take the actual dictionary definition of racism and just fucking file it into oblivion.
Oh, but
the only thing
he's going to explain. He's going to explain why we're wrong.
He asked me to suspend disbelief. I'm willing to do that to hear his argument.
Like anti-bias work, diversity education. If you were ever to take a class in black studies, women's studies, LGBTQ studies, or in general, when you read blog posts or hear people say or read a post that says that it's impossible for black people.
LGBTQ studies.
Guess what? I'm not interested in straight studies or any kind of studies about some identity politics.
What
Not
is the
interested.
fucking study? Some dudes like to fuck each other. Some chicks like to fuck each other. Class dismissed.
Yeah, I know there's aspects of their culture, sure, and if you want to study that, that's fine, but I don't think you really need a course in it.
Cis-normative studies.
No, you need a degree in it.
A degree in it. What even bigger?
The entire world is just fucking cis-normative class.
God, he has that shit-eating look on his face where you paused it right now. Like, I know better than you.
If he was shit-eating, it would be cannibalism.
Be racist, or it's impossible for white people to be victims of racism. It's because this is the definition of the word racism that we're using. That race is race plus ism equals racism. Okay, let me shift that perspective. Race plus ism equals racism.
Race plus tism equals this video.
Yeah.
Being
what are you talking
a social
about?
construct
That was gibberish.
that is determined by the color
Social
of a person's
contract, gotcha.
skin.
No.
An ism is a social structure of power. So, or
No,
a system
no,
of
it's not.
advantage.
What?
So race plus
What?
ism is a...
That's not what ism is.
So autism is a system of power?
Yeah, dude, you're just pulling shit out of thin air at this point.
Jism. Is jism a
Jism.
system of power?
Yeah, mine is.
I propose a jism-based economy.
All women must extract their paycheck from my balls.
Actually,
all these fuckers
okay,
who
never
say
mind.
that.
I think I'm on board with it.
system of advantage based upon the color of a person's skin. So when we use it like that, makes sense why it's impossible for me as a white person to experience racism. Because if somebody was to have a racial bias against me, they were there to say, like, I hate white people, there's really not a system of power or a system of advantage that can enforce that racial bias somebody has for me. So,
Bullshit.
for instance, if there was people
That's stupid.
who don't like white people, it's
the
not going
problem
to
with
affect
this?
my
They
action.
can kick your ass, and that's...
Okay, the problem. So I've heard this argument so many times, and the major problem with it to me is like, so you're saying if someone's biased, what they usually say is, well, they're bigots. They're just bigots, and it's like, so you think that's a good thing? Oh, well, they're just bigots. How is that a positive thing to be? You know, it's really just it's not. It's being just disingenuous. It's basically conferring on some groups. Well, because we don't perceive this group to be in power, then it's okay for them to act this way because they're actually marginalized, so they need to act this way. So their racism is justified.
Dude, when I'm forced to listen to guys like this, I feel racist against white people.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
You know, even if you buy this guy's idea of what racism is, it's his explanation still doesn't preclude white people from having racism perpetrated against them. If you're a white person that lives in a predominantly black area where the idea is that white people are bad, you're going to have trouble finding a job and going out, and people are probably going to fuck with your shit.
Black people do have structures of power in this country. There are cities where black people govern. There are fucking institutions where black people govern.
I mean, look, I lived in a city in California that is where white people are a minority. I grew up in Madera, California, and there are less white people than Mexican people in California or in Madera County. You know what I mean? It happens.
Access to power. It's not going to affect my access to getting an education. It's not going to affect my access to getting a fair trial, or if I was pulled over. It's not going to affect my access to having my voice heard in politics. It's not going to affect my access of seeing people who look like me on TV.
Yeah.
It's not going to affect...
There's no way, no black people have been
TV.
successful in politics or in television.
Nope. No. Yeah, no black Oscar winners.
You know what?
The current president.
At this point, black people are overrepresented on television.
That's true.
Black people are overrepresented because every fucking show has a black character, at least one. You know what? They make up 12% of the fucking population, and it seems like they're like 30% of the characters on fucking TV.
Yeah, shut
up.
Not every fucking life has a black character.
Another question.
There's not
I'd like to
enough
ask
black people.
Another thing I'd like to ask these pieces of shit is, like, if I go to fucking China, can they be racist against me there? Is that a country where it's okay?
No, because you're white. And whites are colonialists, and nobody can be racist against the colonialist.
I can never fucking win.
Wow.
They always move the goalpost. Come on.
That's what this is about. Scotty's exactly right.
My access of... If a white person was to do something, everybody's not going to think all white people are like that. So that's why it's called white privilege.
And if a black person does something, not everybody thinks it's all black people are like that either, dipshit.
Racists think like that.
Right.
Yep.
Guess what?
Yeah.
When you're a white racist and you see one bad black person, you say they're all like that. And guess what? If you're a black racist and you see one shitty white person, you're like, typical fucking white people. That's what being a racist is. You stupid fucking pile of shit.
You said it, not us.
You said it.
Oh, you're
Yeah, which a lot of people I'm seeing post questions understand. There's a thing called white privilege. There's a thing called systemic oppression. So as a white person, I can never be the victim of systemic oppression, of systemic institutionalized racism, or just said simply racism. So when I use the word racism, or when we're using the word racism, it means that a system of institutional power based upon the color of a person's skin. So
I'm racist against whatever race this person is.
Screenshot.
Okay,
I'm
so,
biracial,
so-
and the non-white side is racist against this piece of shit.
So why is
Stuff
systemic
dicks
racism
in that
now being
mouth.
conflated just to the word racism?
Yeah.
There's a term to describe what you're talking about.
Mister, please, when you pull out of my wife, shoot that load right here.
Everyone, pull a skank.
I am
pull a skank cut on this
9000.
dude. Pull a skank cut here.
I've never experienced that. I can never experience that within the context of the United States and within the context of the world, thanks to global.
So if you can never experience that, let me just ask you this.
okay, yeah.
No. I have a hypothetical question for this guy. So you can't experience racism because you're white. So let's say you're walking down the street, mind your own business, and all of a sudden this car pulls up, and 4 big black dudes get out, and they say, "We're going to beat the shit out of you, white boy, because fuck white people, and you've probably voted for Trump because you're white," and they beat the fucking shit out of you, and they knock your fucking teeth out, and they blacken both your eyes, and they crush your fucking ribs and shit, and they spit on you and call you a fucking cracker and a honky and whatever else fucking terms they want. Or do you feel like you didn't experience racism at the end of that? Or would you be changing your fucking tune?
Yeah,
I kind of feel like you would be changing.
If racism is power plus prejudice, who has the power when a bunch of black people walk up on you? Who's got the power in that social situation? Ask yourself that.
White supremacy. So that's what I mean. It's impossible for white people to experience systemic discrimination.
Okay, well,
based
how
upon
about this?
Racism is not systemic discrimination.
So this guy is going to tell me, well, let's just say in a hypothetical, I go to an African country that was never colonized, like let's say Ethiopia. So there's no history of colonialism there. I would be treated just the same as everyone else. Of course not.
Someone said TJ is getting hard describing the scenario. No, if I was getting hard describing it, I would have mentioned them like shoving their big black dicks up his ass.
So I mean, to say it's totally impossible on a global level is even under his definition is ridiculous.
It's retarded.
There's fucking more Chinese people than like any nation combined. So he's a fucking retard either way.
Well, that's obvious.
That's totally fucking obvious. Yeah, there's 2 different words for that because systemic discrimination and racism are 2 different things.
the color of their skin. So with that being said, if you have any questions, feel free to post them below. Now, I know a lot of people are thinking
Why are you a
that,
faggot?
No, that's not my definition of the word racism. Okay,
I like how
it's the
Egghead
commonly
just posted
used
his
one
question.
within the context of diversity education and etc.
Diversity education.
So that's an appeal. That's basically your appeal to popularity. An appeal to authority is, oh well, most people in this circle say this, so so we're right. I mean, come on.
This just reeks of a second semester fucking women's studies major.
The dictionary says,
all
but
fired
you know,
up.
the who gets to choose in our society the definition of words and the way they're given authenticity or
the
saying
entire culture does.
Yep.
You fucking idiot. Not just your echo chamber.
Yeah, not the small percentage of people that align themselves with your radfem audience. But everybody that uses the language gets to decide what a word means and how it's used. And guess what? Racism does not mean any of the gibberish that you've said in this video. Racism is having a bias or taking action against somebody based on the color of their skin, no matter what the color of your skin is. Dipshit.
This one's right or wrong. That's usually based upon an institution of education, which is right now an institution that it favors whiteness. So, but the question I would ask is, if you don't believe, you're not buying into that, this is the definition of racism, what word are you using to describe the institution of power and privilege that white people get, or the institution of oppression that black and brown and people of color experience?
When we talk about those terms, we have to first prove our case. So the burden, if you're making these claims, then the burden of proof is on you to demonstrate that this does in fact exist in every facet which you say it exists.
I mean, he asked a question. What do you call that? I call that systemic racism.
That's already been answered. He's an idiot.
Or systemic discrimination.
Look at that fucking face.
Isn't it weird how people of color is not considered offensive, but colored people is?
People of color, that's cool. Colored people, no.
Yeah.
It's the same fucking shit.
It means the exact same thing.
No.
Dude, the people of color thing is stupid.
Like, how about we just go like with the, because like I remember for a while there it wasn't cool to say black people, but now it's cool again. Now
I refuse to say people of color.
Yeah, fuck that shit. I can say black. I'll say black people, brown people, you know, Asian
especially
people.
when you get to Hispanic people, because they're not always of color. I mean, I'm half Hispanic and I'm fucking whiter than Wonder Bread.
There are black Hispanics and brown Hispanics.
Yeah,
so
it's stupid.
It's bullshit.
There are also white Hispanics.
Yeah,
that's why I'm for simplifying.
When we go to New Mexico, you'll see a lot of white Hispanics there.
Sure.
Because they mainly have Spanish ancestry, and they didn't mix with natives as much as people in like Central America or something like that.
Mestizos.
Yep.
Whatever that word is that you're using then, if it's not racism, insert that word when we say white people can never experience, now insert that word that you use. That's what we're saying. It's impossible.
Okay,
for me
so
as
even if we do insert that and we say white people can never suffer racial discrimination, also that's just false. It's false. It may not be as prevalent as some other
What kind of
things,
argument
but
is this? Insert
it's garbage.
this word, and that proves that this word is not.
Let me ask you a question. Why is it so important to you that you make this fucking case? Isn't it really just so you can protect black racists? Isn't it just so when some fucking Black Lives Matter fuck gets on Twitter and says kill all white people, you could be like, well, it's understandable because he's oppressed.
It's like your good buddy Galen says. It's language games, dude. It's let's try to control the term. Let's try to control the language. So then when everyone talks about this, they're basically using our talking point. They're just trying to insert their talking point with just blunt force into the conversation. Where this is the new definition of racism. Everyone has to agree this is racism, and these groups cannot be racist.
So what we're saying is you're basically going to have to come up with a better definition than we already have for racism, or you're going to have to come up with a stupid word to call what you're talking about. Flubity.
Yeah, flubity. That's your new
Paul
word.
is flubist against black people. Paul is flubist against Mexicans.
Paul
is flubist against trans people. Make it flubity.
Flubity.
Because racism doesn't work.
Doesn't work. Paul is flubity.
Yeah. Floobity boobity.
Floobity boobity
the white person to experience a system that oppresses me.
Go to Japan. Go to Japan. Try to just blend into their culture.
Yeah, be white over there, Gaijin.
Yeah, it's not going to work.
No.
No, it
Gaijin.
will. Look, we
I've
nuked
been
Japan.
there.
You know what? This guy's going to go there and it's going to be fine for him. He's going to have no
they
problem.
Oh, he'll have
you,
white
but they don't
privilege.
Go to China.
He'll have white privilege.
Go to the middle. Go to a rural area in China and see how well you're received as a white person.
Okay,
go to Africa. Go to certain neighborhoods in South Africa and see how well you do, white bread. You're not going to do well. That's because racism isn't precluded by your white skin color.
Based upon the color of my skin, unless the system was to totally turn around and power and privilege shifts. So it's impossible to name what words mean. It's important, not impossible. It's important to name what words mean.
No,
it's important
taking you seriously is what's
name
fucking
what words
impossible.
mean. So you're supposed to want to voice this definition.
Right. No, I reject your definition. You haven't given me something that's better than I already have for racism. So fuck off. Go make flubity a thing, bitch.
Flubity.
Get out of my fucking face.
Paul, you're flubist against cucks, dude.
Whatever. You're flubist against trans people.
All right.
And it's disgusting, TJ. And you're reek.
Dude,
Shots fired.
You're totally flubist against black people.
Well,
dude.
no, whatever, but you reek of flube privilege. You reek of it.
Oh, man, I don't know about that. I think you're more flu privileged
Whatever,
than me,
dude. You are clearly poll the fucking audience. The audience knows who the flubist is on
All
the
right,
panel.
come on, let's see who's more flubist.
Fuck
I think
you,
Paul is
Egghead
way more
2.
flubist.
You're such a. You've been a TJ sycophant.
One for Paul.
Let me just
two
say
for
this.
TJ, 3 for the manatee.
Yeah,
One
3 for
Paul,
the manatee.
2 for TJ. 3 for the manatee.
Who is the most flubist?
It's Paul.
Tell us.
Egghead, I will tell you this. Egghead 2 has always been a TJ sycophant and a flubist himself. I've heard him on DP channels and shit talking wild flubist shit about women, about underage girls.
You know, Paul, it's so apparent what you're doing. You're just trying to distract from your own flubity.
Whatever.
Claiming others are flubist.
Whatever, TJ.
Yeah.
People are saying Paul's a fucking flubist.
Paul is a flubist. Everyone agrees.
Paul's a flubist. Damn.
Fuck these people. Reverse
Let's
flubist.
refresh the screen.
Oh shit, dude!
Damn.
You guys are awesome.
Flubity.
Thank you for supporting such a flubist podcast
I mean,
like this.
Are you seeing a lot of 2s, TJ?
I'm seeing mostly 3s.
Yeah, mostly
Press
3s.
3 for the manatee.
So the manatee.
1, 2, 3. Press
Well, we can
3 for the manatee.
That's great. We can always look down on the manatee and
You
be
guys
like,
are
he's
okay,
the
I
true
guess.
flubist.
Here's $1. Thanks.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Rock on. Thanks.
You guys are awesome. Thank you guys for coming through on that shit. I really appreciate it, honestly.
Thank you. Whoa, Delbert Sparks contributed 150.
I know, man.
He really wants to see Tommy go down.
Who doesn't?
I do.
Nice milestone.
Yeah. $5,000.
We're over 5K,
Doubled
man.
during the show.
Yeah, I know. That's awesome.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, it's because people really want to see us destroy Tommy.
Yeah, and I really want to see us do it too.
I mean, it's really open and shut, man. He's abusing the fucking DMCA to silence people he doesn't agree with. It just happened to be us this time, and we just happen to be people that don't like to be fucked with.
We're tired of this shit. We let it slide kind of last time. This time it's not.
Yeah,
sliding.
Tommy has doubled down, so.
Yeah, with
even tried
double DMCAs.
We even tried to give Tommy a chance because, you know, look, at the end of the day, our channel is more important than getting vengeance on Tommy.
Of course.
So that's why we initially said, all right, Tommy, come on, look. If you fucking come to your senses and drop this, we won't pursue legal action. But then he fucking DMCA'd another video, so obviously his attitude is that he's going to fucking be Mr. Billy Badass, but I don't think he's going to be so badass when he fucking gets that letter in the mail.
And it's coming.
Letting him know how much we're suing him for, which, by the way, Tommy, whatever the maximum amount the lawyer fucking says we should sue you for is, whatever that highest end figure is, I'm going to ask him to go higher, even if he doesn't think he can get it. Just because I want every fucking goddamn solitary dime of yours, bitch. I'm going to take it all from you because you know what? All the money you have, you've gained through fucking false pretenses anyway. You fucking told people that you're going to create a documentary that you didn't create. You've told people that you were raising money for a legal defense fund against us before we even did anything to you, and you fucking spent all that money on McMansions and shit. So I know you ain't got that anymore, Tommy.
Gonna have to put your hand out again. Gonna have to get the old tin cup out again and ask your fucking dumbass audience for more money.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they'll actually give it to you. I don't know.
We'll see.
They're pretty fucking stupid, but you know what? It doesn't matter because every dime they give you, it's in and up in our fucking pockets. And whatever I fucking win from you, as after we've paid all our legal bills and shit, we'll donate it to a fucking charity of some kind. Because I'm not even interested in your fucking money. I just don't want you to have it, you piece of fucking shit.
There you go.
Oh, he would never pay us, dude. He'll never pay us.
Oh, we'll garnish his fucking wages, if nothing else.
That's the only possible way you would get money from Tommy.
We'll fucking garnish his YouTube earnings. I don't give a shit. We'll fucking either he'll give us all of his YouTube money or he'll just be run off YouTube. Whatever. He'll pay if he knows what's good for him.
One way or the other, he'll pay.
Let's take a look and see how much time we have.
We got about 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, 20 more minutes.
20, 25 minutes.
Then we will go into the post show.
In the post show.
All right. Here's a Prager University.
Dude.
The change from wishing fellow Americans Merry Christmas to wishing them Happy Holidays is a very significant.
Okay, you're already lying. There was never a change. It used to
businesses do that.
It used to be that both were acceptable, and then all of a sudden, you conservatives got a wild hair up your ass that Happy Holidays was wrong somehow.
You know what it is? It's because businesses want to be PC, so they just say Happy Holidays. But the average person just says Merry Christmas for the most part.
Who gives a shit? I don't give a fuck what anyone says.
It's a non-issue.
I mean, like, I don't care. I mean, like, happy holidays. I mean, like, people are celebrating different holidays. And also, there's different holidays going on. There's Christmas, and then there's New Year's, and there's Christmas Eve and shit. Some people are celebrating fucking whatever, Kwanzaa, I guess. No one actually celebrates Kwanzaa.
No one celebrates Kwanzaa.
Hanukkah, there's some people celebrating that shit. Yeah. Whatever. There's other fucking holidays. Who gives a shit?
What do you mean nobody? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What do you mean nobody celebrates Kwanzaa?
Nobody fucking celebrates Kwanzaa.
Flubist.
Nobody celebrates Kwanzaa.
Can
I told
develop-
you he was the fucking flubist. Nobody
Proponents of
celebrates that
happy
shit, just be
holidays
honest.
argue it's no big deal. Proponents of Merry Christmas are making a mountain out of a molehill.
Yep. Yeah.
But the happy holidays advocates want it both ways. They dismiss opponents as hysterical, but at the same time, in addition to replacing Merry...
Here's my position. I'm not a happy holidays person. I'm not a Merry Christmas person. I'm a don't give a fuck person.
Yeah, it's irrelevant.
I'm a person. I don't even care if they... You know what? If I fucking am checking out my grocery store and they say, floobity-doobity-doobity-doo, I don't give a shit.
Well, that actually would be more entertaining.
Yeah, actually, I would prefer they say that. You know what? I'm a floobity-doobity-doobity-doo guy. That's what I want to hear.
Merry Christmas with happy holidays. They have relentlessly pushed to replace Christmas vacation with winter vacation
Who's
and
making these
Christmas
pushes?
party with holiday party.
Who is pushing for these
So
changes?
then, which is it?
I've never fucking seen anyone
Is all
bullying
this-
and pushing for this shit. Like, oh yeah, you better say holiday party, bitch, or you're going down.
Hey,
it's winter vacation.
I'm an atheist, and when I walk around Christmas time and I see somebody that I like and I want to tell them to have a Merry Christmas, do you know what I say?
Merry Christmas?
Ding ding! How'd you guess?
I don't know. It's just crazy.
Also, these Christians act as if, like, look, dude, hardly anyone is celebrating Christmas because it's a Christian holiday at this point.
Yeah, no
it's
one
just
gives
like
a fuck.
it's tradition.
Yeah,
it's
they
like,
want
oh,
presents.
yeah, it's like it's more about the fucking spirit of the holiday than religion.
It's about giving and being thankful for your.
I mean, we're all
family
atheists, but we
and
all
shit.
celebrate Christmas because we don't see it as the religious context. Just like this is the fucking day that everyone does this in our society.
I fucking love Christmas.
Christmas is cool. I'm wearing a Christmas sweater.
Yeah.
I just ordered a Christmas tree. I like Christmas. I don't think it has anything to do with Christ. It never fucking did.
The answer is obvious. It's very important. That's why so much effort is devoted to substituting other words for Christmas.
What? Oh, come on.
And these efforts have been extraordinarily successful. In place of the universal Merry Christmas of my youth, in recent decades I have been wished happy holidays by every waiter and waitress in every restaurant I have dined.
You know what? Bullshit.
By every
I'm sorry, bullshit. Okay? I go to stores all the time. I hear Merry Christmas all the fucking time.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry... I mean, that isn't playing in every fucking store all through Christmas.
Oh, don't you just feel anguish when you hear fucking Happy Holidays? Just like that thud, and it just enters the fucking pit of your stomach. You're like, what did you say?
There's old songs that say Happy Holidays. People have always said Happy Holidays.
That's always been a thing.
It's always been
Merry
interchangeable
Christmas and
with
Happy
fucking
Holidays.
Merry
Because
Christmas.
they're talking about Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's.
Yeah, these
The
three holidays that are all clumped together. You fucking morons.
He's a
one who welcomes me at any business, by my flight attendants and pilots, and by just about everyone else.
Oh, yeah.
And I respond, thank you, Merry Christmas. I often sense that I've actually created some tension.
They glare.
Many of those I wish Merry Christmas will probably...
You're such a fucking provocateur by saying Merry Christmas.
Hey, Prager fuck here. I'm flying right around Christmas time. I'm gonna go on the plane. I'm gonna go, Merry Christmas, everybody. Then I'm gonna wait for my shocked reaction.
Bullshit.
The people's mouths open in awe.
I'm fucking going to Japan 3 days before Christmas, and I'm gonna see if they
do it.
Gasp as I do it.
Yeah.
Hey guys, Merry Christmas.
No, but everybody's accosting Dennis Prager for saying Merry Christmas, even though most people still say it.
Christmas? Did you just say Christmas?
Hey guys, you know what we should make a video of us going around saying Merry Christmas and then filming the reactions.
I am so fucking triggered
Really relieved to hear someone who feels free to utter the C word, but all the sensitivity training they've had to
that's what I thought as soon as he said
this
it.
persecution complex that Christians have. Christ is not the C word. Christmas is not the C
creates
word.
cognitive dissonance. The opponents of Merry Christmas and other uses of the word Christmas know exactly what they're doing. They're disingenuous when they dismiss defenders of Merry Christmas as fabricating some, quote, war on Christmas.
Yeah.
Of course it's a war on Christmas.
No, it's not.
Or more precisely,
What?
a war on the religious nature of America.
What?
The left in America, like the left in Europe, wants to create a thoroughly secular society.
Yeah, that's
not a secular government, which is a desirable.
But the thing is, we don't need to fucking change. We don't need you to. Christmas is already secular. We've already won that. Okay.
Yeah.
No one but the most hardcore Christians gives a shit about Christ on Christmas. They're thinking about presents and meals with their family and togetherness and whatever else.
Does it actually matter about Christmas?
Yeah,
You fucking idiot.
Can I disagree with TJ real quick?
Go ahead.
We didn't win that. You gave us that. You made it a commercial fucking holiday. Christians. There was no atheist mastermind behind making you buy your kids expensive toys on Christmas. You made it this. This is what it is. People like it. Get over it.
Happy Consumer Day.
Yeah, there was no fucking big secular overlord going, ha ha ha, we will take the Christ from... No, you guys gave it up. You gave it to us. Thank you.
Yeah, so you can make money.
Meanwhile, at the Legion of Secular Doom.
And trust me, none of you want it back either. None of you want
Which
it back.
in any event has always been the case in America. But a secular society, most people do not realize that the left believes in secularism as fervently as religious Jews and Christians believe in the Bible. That's why Merry Christmas bothers secular activists.
Doesn't
By
bother
the way,
shit.
Jews,
bother me.
Jews don't believe in the Bible; they believe in the
Christmas.
Torah, which is
the Old Testament of the Bible.
Yeah. So
with some changes.
Dumbass.
It's a blatant reminder of just how religious America is and always has been. So here's a prediction.
No, it's not. No one cares.
Activists on the left will eventually seek to remove Christmas as a national holiday. Now, the left doesn't announce that its agenda is to thoroughly secularize American and European societies.
Dude.
Instead,
You're living in a fucking fantasy
They have
land.
countries in Europe where largely the populations are atheists. They still celebrate Christmas. No one's going like, and now we do away with Christmas. It's not happening.
The only countries that have kind of done this kind of shit, it's not because of leftists. It's because of fucking Muslims who are right-wing assholes like you. Just a little more extreme.
But then they take off their holidays.
That's okay, though.
I want a month off for
inclusiveness
Ramadan.
argument that Merry Christmas or Christmas party or
That's a good point, Paul. If we could have Ramadan instead, that wouldn't be so bad.
Hey,
I mean, I
guys,
don't want to actually observe
I'm
it.
sorry, you guys won't be
But
seeing
if I could
me.
just take that time
You
off,
guys won't be seeing me for 3 to 6 months. I'm going on Hajj. I'm making my pilgrimage to Mecca. So
You're not
you still have to
allowed.
pay him.
Well, what do you mean I'm not allowed?
You have a tattoo, even if you're a Muslim.
Sir, I became a Muslim.
doesn't matter.
I'm not rich enough to have the mark of shame removed from me, but I know
That doesn't
my
matter.
Lord and Savior Allah, peace be upon him.
You can't even enter the city of Mecca.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
I'll walk right into Mecca with all my brothers and sisters.
Also enjoy
And,
no alcohol or weed.
I'll walk circles around the
Wonderful.
Kaaba.
We're gonna change what Islam's all about, dude. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make tattoos, acceptable, and then going to Mecca is basically just the Mecca is gonna be the Mecca of weed smoking and drinking and drugs.
That'd be
It's gonna
awesome, dude.
And we're just gonna we're gonna kick all the old Muslims out, and we're just gonna fucking start new Islam. We're alt Islam, dude.
Well, fuck Islam then. If we're gonna create a religion, let's not put the anchor of Islam around its neck.
No, we're gonna do alt Islam.
Let's just make this the Mecca of our new fucking religion, man.
No, I want us to be Muslims.
Peasantism.
I want us to be Muslims, Paul.
Peasantism, dude.
No, dude.
We're all about letting people say whatever they
All
fuck
right.
they
Well,
want.
there's already a faction war here. Alt Islam declares war on peasantism.
Peasantism reacts with horror at your decision to go to war with us and asks other countries to please join in defending Peasantonia.
We'll see how it all plays out.
All right.
Find out next time on the Drunken Peasants podcast. I'm an alt Muslim, everybody.
That's awesome.
I'm no longer the amazing atheist. I'm the amazing alt Muslim.
Alt Islam.
Alt Islam. Join me.
Where we do
Let's
away,
make Islam great again.
we do away with the Quran and we just smoke weed and let people say
this
what they want.
vacation is not inclusive This inclusive argument plays on Americans' highly developed sense of decency, but the argument is preposterous. Who exactly is being excluded when one wishes someone Merry Christmas?
I don't know. I mean, have fun defeating your fucking straw man, dude. Have fun defeating your fucking straw man arguments. This is bullshit. No one's making these fucking arguments, and if they are, they're stupid too.
Yep. Another Prager poop bomb.
We're just listening to your stupid ass refute other stupid asses on the other side, and all reasonable people are just looking at it like,
what? Where's the problem?
Who gives a shit?
Merry Christmas is everywhere.
Who gives a shit? I don't care if someone says Merry Christmas. I don't care if they say Happy Holidays. If someone was like, if I was walking down the street and someone was like, Happy Kwanzaa or something, I'd be like, okay, rock on, Kwanzaa.
Why the fuck TJ, remember the war on Christmas we saw as we walked down the main street here? All the Christmas decorations we saw. And
all the crazy Christmas trees and the little toy soldiers and shit, man. The war has hit Seattle in a big way. I'll tell you guys that.
Hey, man, look, right out of the window here, there's some lights.
Holy shit.
Wow.
There's a giant-ass tree, too.
Wow, I can't believe it.
Oh, man, the war is strong,
The war is strong.
The war on Christmas rages on. Shut up.
What is this?
Track attack, dude.
What's that brown stuff I found in your room, Bobby?
It's dog shit.
It was weed.
Mexican brickweed.
Weed.
Gross.
Weed, marijuana. Weed.
I forgot that there is some weed that's like brown and disgusting.
Yeah, in the 70s.
Mexican brick pack.
What the fuck is this shit music? Okay, there.
Damn.
You from around here?
No, I'm from out of town and I've lost my way.
What's your name?
I need to have my butthole filled by an old
Didn't I tell you not to come in here anymore?
Oh. Oh, it's not a porn?
I can go anywhere that I want to go. You just get out of that booth.
Get out of here, sissy.
Get out of here, you faggot.
Damn.
Go fuck your boy pussies elsewhere.
I think you're just claiming this kid.
Got rid of that faggot. Why don't you ride with me, kid?
What's your name?
Got him.
All right, rock on.
He's like, I like you. Yes, he was the old guy. He was kind of just like, whoa. But this guy, he was like, yeah.
You'll thank me later. I got rid of that faggot. Jump on, bitch, and let's ride across America together, sweet shit.
I want to see what kind of adventures they get into. Oh, they go back to a shitty apartment.
Bathroom's over there.
Rock on.
Sure, but what about the grass?
Oh shit, demons.
It's the grass. The
grass. Ah, what's happening? Okay. And then Jesus is there, I guess.
Wow. Jesus with aviators.
Oh, I guess he's dead.
Oh, he's dead because he smoked grass.
He smoked too much grass and wound up dead.
Damn,
So?
There's a dead body over there. So? All right,
I smoke so much weed, I don't care about a corpse. So?
It's not even fascinating.
Dude, I can imagine if me, TJ, and Paul, high out of our minds, walked on a corpse, he'd be like, oh shit, dude.
Yeah, I'd be like,
shit.
What the fuck?
Oh fuck. Oh fuck. What
TJ might be like, so?
She did like step over it, so?
I'd at least be fascinated. I'd be fascinated. I'd be like, taking out my cell phone, like, let me get some pictures.
She did poke it. She did with a stick. He's like,
dead dude.
She does the kid with the stick and the dead cat. Like, what you doing? Why is it dead? Let's look at it.
Stand by me, dude.
I'd just probably call the cops and
yeah, I mean, like, yeah.
Oh,
wait for them there.
I mean, you're sure. That's like pretty much what you're gonna do.
I wouldn't poke
in that
a fucking dead
situation.
body with a stick.
Well, I might do it to see if it's still alive.
No, fuck that. I don't want to put my DNA anywhere on a dead man.
Yeah, no lie, dude.
Well, I mean, like, if you touch it with a stick, I mean, like, you poking it with a stick is not going to transfer your fucking
I
DNA
swear, officer, I was just walking my dog and I found him like this.
I mean, if you call it and you touch it, like, that's one thing, but...
Yeah.
I'm not saying, like, rub your fucking nipples on it or something.
Blow a load all over its back.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so, officer, I think you should know this. That semen that you found on the body, that is mine. Now, I found him dead. I just happened to be a necrophiliac, and I didn't fuck it, but I did feel the need to jerk off on it. That is my semen. I'm sorry if that compromises the crime scene in any way, but I just want to let you know right away that that is mine, but I didn't kill it.
You're going to have to come with us, sir.
Yeah. You have some serious issues.
I explained what happened here. Okay, I guess I'll come down to the station and clear it up.
Explain it downtown.
I'll explain. I'll explain in detail. You know, I saw a black man running from the scene. I just
oh, well, in that case, go on about your business.
Throwing that out there, you know.
Be available for phones, though, if we find that black guy.
And, you know, if you guys give me access to the, you know, like the mortuary or something, like you go to a police locker, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
You guys keep corpses or something, you know.
Hold on. Anita? Yeah, we've got a crazy necrophiliac. A white guy. Yeah. Can you let him down? Anything else we can do for you today, sir?
No, you guys have been tremendously helpful. Thank you,
citizen.
So much.
Thank you, citizen.
So beautiful. I love the police.
Didn't know there was a black guy involved in this. I wouldn't have even bothered him.
Oh, yeah. See, I told you were a flubist, Paul. You're so fucking flubist.
Hashtag Paul is a flubist.
Someone's demanding that we end the show.
Fuck you.
Why?
Someone named Venus is like, end the show. End it now.
End the show when we want, bitch.
End it now.
Now let's play another
It's not
video.
quite time yet.
Yeah, I think Venus said play another video. Is that what?
Yeah, that's what Venus said.
Oh yeah. What the fuck is this shit?
Scott Baio.
Like, wow, man. Welcome to my kingdom. I'm Count Bounce.
How you doing?
I like to count and bounce.
All right.
Join me as we pass the time making the shapes of numbers with our bodies and counting.
Okay.
Cool.
I'll do it. What?
Hi, everybody. We're the Temptations, and we're going to sing the Kids in Motion song for you. Kids in Motion.
What the fuck?
It's like one of those like
I don't know
90s
what
kids workout videos.
Dylan, let's get moving.
No,
Hey, see that
let's
horse
not.
over there? Animal action.
Whoa.
Whoa, boy.
What are you fucking it? What the hell?
Am I just really drunk, or is this not making any sense?
It's definitely not making much
It's an episode of Charles in Charge.
Thank God.
I don't know,
Blew
man.
my fucking mind, dude.
I think it is time to end the show.
So we're just listening to we're taking our shots from some fucking faggot in the chat named Venus now.
No. I just think it's time to end the show.
Oh man, felt like I just got on.
Are we doing a post show or no?
Yep.
Post show?
The post show.
We're all stars
All right, well,
now.
In the post
So
show.
you faggots on the post show.
Post show.
Good night,
Post show's
everybody.
awesome.
Good night.
Go away, everyone.
night.
Give us thumbs up. Be sure to donate to our fucking legal fund so we can beat Tommy Sotomayor's bitch ass.
We have things
Fuck
to
him.
discuss tonight, too. So we're going to go and take care of that shit.
Dings.
Good night.
Good fucking night, bitches.